Hello, everyone, and welcome to VYTALCast number 48, featuring Caleb from Semblance of Sanity, and we have Sunny as well. So we got quite a bit to talk about. Hold on, I just need to hit tweet and send on Discord. Okay, now I'm golden. So, should we talk about the thing that I just dropped on you guys right beforehand, or should we talk about one of the other things first?
I don't have a preference.
More RWBY.
I'm up for whatever. I'm very interested to delve deeper into the whole the news of the whole situation as well. Specifically with the final one you mentioned, because I was starting to grow on that whole project as it came out with his most recent episode. So finding out your news about that seems a little bit interesting.
Yeah, I'm a little invested in that story as well, and I just want to say hello to the chat with Inspector Who Reacts.
Oh, hold on, guys. I'll be right out of here. You guys keep going with your thing here.
The Taco Man's here.
The tacos are here. We have Winnock and the Chosen One, which, by the way, the Chosen One, I appreciate your comment on my Hero Academia review. I do have more coming. I've just been very busy and exhausted to record a new one. So, you just saw the RWBY Amity trailer. Cool.
We can start with that, I guess.
Yeah, we'll kill a bit of time. He said we'll give him 45 seconds, so if he doesn't show up in 45 seconds, I'm just gonna kick him out of the Discord call. And
I was about to say, like, he's fired.
Yeah. No. Oh, he's back.
Oh, he's back.
45 seconds.
He can't hear us yet. He's so mean.
Oh, yeah, 45 seconds.
Pretty quick.
You're good. All right, so we were trying to kill time until he got back, so we were
cool. So are we talking about the last thing or the first thing?
Let's talk about the Reddit post.
Reddit post first. Okay.
Yeah. So
Wait, real quick. The first comment on that is incoming 90-page manifesto ?
Oh,
yeah, okay.
No.
So
no, that's old news. We don't want to bring up.
That's drama I would rather not touch, and I'm very angry about 2 years later.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a wild
day. So the Reddit post, David. Yes, it's interesting.
Yeah, so I got it up on screen. Someone linked to a Tumblr post, and they're like, "Seems like Nomad of Nowhere's creator left Rooster Teeth over creative differences. I wonder what that means for the show." And then they just say it's currently on hiatus, which I believe it's supposed to be back soon, isn't it? Or like
I don't think we've had official news as to when it's coming back with specific dates. Yes. We have been given things that it will return, but we don't know when.
Yeah. So...
Which is really disappointing, because that show really started to take an uptick in kind of creative quality as the episodes went on.
Yeah, and like there's like people starting to do cosplay from the show even too. So I'm like, I want to do cosplay for the show. Don't kill the show just yet. So here's the Tumblr post, which I'm surprised. I mean, I guess there's the reply. That's the biggest part of this post, but. It just goes to Mint Tea Fresh, and they say, "Anyone know the name of Preston's new voice actor and why the old one isn't voicing him anymore?" Which was, we know he stopped voicing Preston to do more work on Nomad of Nowhere. But then Jordan Whitman, the creator and voice actor in question, said, "Please try not to presume things. I left Rooster Teeth about a month and a half ago because of creative differences. I wish the new voice the best of luck, and I'm sure they'll be great." So, he seems like there's no hard feelings about Preston being voiced over someone else. So, So then, of course, the question is this the real Jordan Whitman? And that...
Yeah,
it seems like it's a big question in the air.
Right. It seems like it's still a little bit indefinite as to what's actually going on, especially since there's nothing official coming from Rooster Teeth here. This is, a reply of a Tumblr post that's not even related directly to Nomad of Nowhere. It's more of a thing about the voice actor. But yeah, it is an interesting timing though, in that the Tumblr post happened at a specific time, with the show going on hiatus at a specific time when, you know, the episode came out, you know, April 27th, the episode 6, El Rey.
Oh yeah.
The episode before things went on hiatus. And if we were to go with the 90 days sort of thing, they could have seen that there would be, you know, complications with things going forward, so they decided to take a hiatus there. And it worked well with RWBY Chibi going on hiatus as well.
Yeah.
But it does seem a little bit close enough to the whole thing of him leaving that maybe this has something to do with it. So
yeah, and I was just looking at the date on this Tumblr post, and it says May 20th. And
oh, it does say May 20th on it?
It says May 20th on the post, but not on the reply.
Okay, so the reply could be sometime after.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay, how recent was this reply? And if
I
you
mean, like, does this guy have a Twitter account? Like, is there any way to verify
Jordan?
anything?
I believe Jordan does have a Twitter.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
I'm on it right now.
What is it? Because I searched his name and I don't know which one it is.
He still has on his description the creator of Nomad of Nowhere.
Yeah, 325 followers. It's just his name.
He hasn't posted, though,
since,
really much of anything since April 27th, which is when the episode came out. And then he did
this is a conspiracy.
Wait, hold on. You see the art piece he posted on June 4th?
Mm-hmm.
Posted it to Tumblr on June 4th as well. So it's like, oh, they do match. Like, he stopped posting on both Tumblr and Twitter on the same day.
Okay.
Can y'all tell me his @? Like, I don't know what it is.
It's Jordan and then like _Whitman. So
okay.
Yeah, the way he spells Jordan though is a little bit interesting. So as long as
he
you
must
got
have
the
been
spelling
born
for
in
that
Utah.
right, you'll be good.
What's the spelling?
It's GEORDEN.
And then Whitman.
Yeah. Oh man, I need to see the chat. What happened to the chat? Chat. Where art thou? Oh my gosh, what happened to my chat? Oh, there's a little arrow button. Okay, they're back. Azure Anime says, hey. Oh, hey, here's Shane. Shane's a good friend, and he will be in a video I'm posting very soon.
Very cool.
Okay.
Hey, Veriv's in here. I know him.
Yeah. Wait, Veriv?
Oh, we also have Freelancer Amber. Hey.
Okay.
Good to see you.
So Veriv is saying, I actually don't think this has significant consequences for the show. He wasn't credited as a writer, so I'm guessing those like Eddie Rivas and Jordan Schwartz made the show what it is.
Yes. So, Miles is also credited as a writer as well.
Yeah.
But he is not the lead writer, I believe.
I feel like you can create a show, but then not be one of the main people who really works on it.
Right. In another way, like, this is the way I kind of imagine things work at Rooster Teeth, is that everyone is coming up with show ideas constantly, right?
Yeah.
Like, you could have Blaine coming up with an idea for a show, Barbara coming up with an idea for a show, but then they want to do it underneath the Rooster Teeth umbrella, so they give, essentially, the rights and ownership over to them, to Rooster Teeth, with the, like, contract or clause that, like, either they're a host or they have, like, this amount of pay for it or what have you. So I'm sure the transaction happened at some point, but it is curious though that the original creator left over creative differences
on his
because I remember when the show was originally coming out, Nomad of Nowhere, there was this weird feeling of like, why isn't this being marketed more?
Yeah.
Like, why isn't this being like presented as something that they're really excited and proud of? So now that we've gone through 6 episodes where some were great, some were there was a lot of in the middle. I just see this and I go, I guess there was a little bit more going on.
Yeah, and like a lot of the
Are we sure it's coming back? Like, I'm kind of out of the loop.
Yeah, they said it will be coming back. Like, season 1 is not finished. So
yeah, I mean, like most of the episodes are probably at least done, right? Like, they still gotta. Well, I don't know. I don't know if they're done, but like
they're probably written.
They're probably written, but not animated.
But probably not as much of the animation and such. And this is probably a way for them to catch up on that, because recently when they I know this is mostly the 2D department of Rooster Teeth, so
Yeah.
I think having both Chibi and Nomad of Nowhere coming out around the same time might have been a little bit stressful for them. So now they're basically tiering it out, where they'll do Chibi and finish that, and then maybe they'll go and do Nomad of Nowhere. At least I wouldn't see them bringing back Nomad of Nowhere until Chibi's current season is finished.
Yeah, or
yeah,
even,
that makes
like,
sense.
No, Camp just hit its like halfway point of their current season, so I don't think
Oh,
they'll wait for Camp to be finished.
sure,
Uh,
sure. There was also the whole YouTube thing where they were moving their videos off of YouTube.
Yeah.
Did they remove videos or just stop posting?
No, just stop posting.
Yeah,
So
okay.
maybe this is them reevaluating their posting strategy as well.
Yeah, because like Nomad of Nowhere and like Ruby Chibi and Ruby are so far like pretty family friendly. So it's like,
yeah.
So it's like
Yeah,
it would
totally.
suck to see like the potential revenue of those shows differ because of like the Rooster Teeth podcast or some of their other shows. And
Yeah. I wish I knew how things worked with YouTube and stuff.
like
There's so many
I
confusing
feel
things out there.
you see
The
a
way-
yellow
I feel like-
symbol and you cry.
Yeah, I feel like the
Demonetization.
way YouTube, well, I mean, this would be the most obvious thing is the way YouTube chooses to demonetize stuff or whatever is all under one algorithm or like one big blanket. And I feel like they should have different kind of guidelines for reviewing stuff based on, this would be too complicated,
Yeah.
but like a company like Rooster Teeth, they create mature stuff and then stuff for kids. So I don't
Sure.
think that the stuff for kids should be demonetized or whatever just because there's more mature stuff
Well,
on their channel.
Right, and they already do that. They do
Yeah.
have a system in place where they say, this is, for, like, they don't show it to us, but they have, like, this is kid-friendly, this is not kid-friendly, this
Yeah.
is, like, above, like, not just, demonetized, but it's, like, inappropriate, like, you have to,
Yeah.
like, do something with your profile
There-
before
yeah,
you can
like
even
if
view
you
it.
look in the advanced settings for while you're uploading, there is like
Sure.
a mark video for mature audiences only, and it
Right.
pretty much age gates it. So you can't watch the video unless you're logged into your Google account and you're
Mhm.
like of age. So
Right. It's just like the Steam thing, though. You can put whatever birthday you want in.
yeah, there's
I'm
that.
pretty sure.
But
I'm
this,
pretty
this
sure
is
the
at like
birthday
at
on my
least you have to
channel
make the
is, like-
account. Yeah.
I'm
Right.
pretty sure the age on my channel is like 150.
Yeah. And
You're an
I
immortal
think it's
vampire.
And so Connor just asked like, what happened to age restrictions? Am I right? And I think it might be possible that Rooster Teeth as a channel has been age gated.
That's probably what it is.
Yeah.
And they just get lower CPMs for their ad. For their ads
well,
that go on
that
the
and like
video.
potential views, because then it's like, oh great, now our younger audiences who did watch Ruby Chibi or
Yeah.
Nomad of
Mhm.
Nowhere, now they're not able to access it, and then
Yeah, it just doesn't show up on their recommended. They don't get notifications for it or stuff like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
So now it's like, oh,
that Kaido Dan's here.
yeah,
Hey,
Kaido
Dan.
Hello.
Dan. Also, the Chosen One said Ruby Chibi is how he got into Ruby, and I find that really
That's
interesting.
so cool, though.
Because
Yeah.
it's like usually the other way around. Like people get into Ruby and then they
Yeah.
check out the spin-off
Mhm.
show. So
Right?
that's like someone watching Torchwood and then getting into Doctor Who. Like
Whoa, yeah, that is basically the equivalent of that.
they're
But like
oh.
a chibi Torchwood. Like
yeah. Like speaking of age-gated shows,
Yeah.
but YouTube's very confusing. And I could see why Rooster Teeth, for like the content they make, are trying to, hey everyone, come back to our website. And
Right.
Yeah.
I think what's going to be the best bang for everyone's buck is a first membership, just because you see stuff as it comes out and you can see the live streams if you want.
Right.
But if you don't want to do a first membership because you don't feel like you get enough, they're also on Verve. And
That's
Verve
true.
is going to give you
That's
like
true.
all the anime. So
Mhm.
Right. You do you get all the AH and just other stuff?
yeah, so
On Verve
with
there?
Verve, I'm just going to double check it. Verve was actually a sponsor of RTX last year. But
Oh, pretty cool.
it was like right before they announced Rooster Teeth being in it, but I was like, why is Verve being such a big sponsor? But it was because like right after RTX, they're like, hey, Rooster Teeth is now joining the Verve family. So, okay, so I'm on the Verve homepage. I'll put that up on the screen for the audience to see. So Verve, you'll have Cartoon Hangover, which I think is a it's a company sort of related to a company that's from Nickelodeon, I think.
Okay.
There's Crunchyroll, which is the company that made Verve. There's Curiosity Stream. I've never heard of them. Drama Fever. I think that's like a Korean drama network. Then there's Funimation. So if you want to watch like My Hero Academia dubbed, Funimation is the place to go. There's Geek and Sundry, which is like
yes, they have all of Critical Role on there.
Yeah, all of Critical Role, Felicia Day, you know. Then there's Mondo and Mubi, Nerdist, which I think is another YouTube group. And then there's Rooster Teeth, Shudder, and Verve Select, which I think is like selected series, because I know there's something, but ooh. Okay, so they have some little perks down at the bottom. They say first access, so like, you know, you get the My Hero Academia when it comes out, you get the RWBY when it comes out. But then they also said watch stuff offline on iOS and Android. So that's like the Netflix feature where you could like download Voltron and watch it on your phone and then delete it later. Then there's exclusive series for premium members only, no ads, and all for $10 a month, which is like, but it's like $50 value for $10. So it's cheaper to get a Verve than to sign up for all of these individually, because I think Crunchyroll alone is like $5 a month for me. And then Rooster Teeth first, I have mine grandfathered from like forever ago. Wait, no, I don't, because I went double gold and then I reverted back to first.
And then it takes it away.
Yeah.
Did you go double gold to get the box, or did you? Oh, I think we already talked about this. You didn't do it just for the VIP access on RTX.
Yeah, no, I never got the VIP access.
Gotcha.
But I signed up for double gold like at RTX 2016. So it was like, what's this big
like
mysterious
when it came out?
booth? Yeah, it was like, hey, want to be one of the first double gold box people? And like signed up, and they gave me like one of the best hats ever. I love this hat.
Oh, that's
legit. A pretty dank hat.
Yeah.
Honestly, like they have yet to top this hat from the double gold box, from what I can tell. But it's yeah. Okay, so I just want to look at the chat because someone said, "Whoa, that's cold," and I'm like, what's going on?
They're complaining about watching anime in Europe or something.
Oh wait, yeah, I'm seeing Azora saying, "Man, you don't know how restricted even Crunchyroll is in Germany." Is Germany really strict on censorship?
Well, I think it's that distribution for some of these, shows produced in Japan aren't going to make it to certain countries. Like they don't go through the proper procedures with them. So the streaming sites aren't really the ones.
Okay.
I believe the streaming sites aren't really the ones.
Azura says no, it's not licensed. Okay.
Yeah, that's it. It's a licensing issue.
Man, that stuff sucks. Oh, and Shane, my friend, he's a Verve member, and he says it's great. He's in the chat. He's been actually talking me into getting Verve, and I'm upgrading my Crunchyroll Premium to Verve.
Yeah, I think if you're a big fan of watching both like subs and dubs of specific shows, Verve is just generally better than having both a Crunchyroll and Funimation subscription. It's just cheaper.
Yeah, it's cheaper, but then also I have like the option of exploring out to this other stuff if I wanted.
Exactly. So like I tried Verve for I think 3 months and had a really good time with it. And the site is pretty simple and intuitive. I do find though that it's a little bit better experience than Crunchyroll overall, because Crunchyroll has all this other stuff that it's sort of doing, and Verve just keeps it simple, so you don't have to deal with all that other stuff basically.
Like you can buy merch and stuff on Crunchyroll,
right?
Yeah. I mean, you're still able to do that through a Crunchyroll app if you have Verve. So
sure. Yeah.
Or just the Crunchyroll website. But also to like not to like encourage any suspicious behavior, but if you get a VPN, technically it doesn't matter where you are, you can still watch Crunchyroll. But
oh boy,
because my coworker legit was telling me this yesterday. He's like, oh yeah, Crunchyroll is banned in Japan because they charge a lot of money for anime in Japan.
Whoa.
But because Crunchyroll is like a cheap streaming site, he's like, yeah, some people just get VPNs in Japan and watch Crunchyroll that
Interesting.
way. Like, wow. Yeah.
I mean, you can get manga like really cheap in Japan, like 400 yen for a volume.
Yeah.
That's
pretty good.
But when it comes out to like
$4.
Blu-ray, so like the Blu-rays will have like 2 episodes and they'll be like $60. And like they according to what my coworker was telling me. I'm like, I'm not sure that's accurate, but I could believe it as well. Connor, I do not endorse criminal acts. I'm just saying.
No, see, I have a solution. We need to revive the Japanese trip, the Portal 64 Japanese trip squad from like last week or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Revive them. We're all gonna go to Japan and look at the cost of anime.
We all started planning a big trip to Japan. You and Jacob should come. No, last VYTALcast, we started joking about a trip to Japan and like do like a whole YouTube thing on it, but yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
If anyone in the chat was part of the squad, like
Stoic Dragon Eater is saying, yeah, my Orin box set was like $81 from Japan. Yeah.
See, that would be really cool. I think the whole thing about traveling internationally that scares me is just going with like one other person like Jacob.
Yeah. And
we would just be at a loss as to what to do. I think it's more fun to be at a loss of what to do with a large group.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And the thing was, okay, so I if I remember correctly, how the conversation came up was because my mom said like, oh, David, if you love Japan so much, you should create your own travel agency where you give tours for single people through Japan. I'm like, yeah, but I've never been to Japan. I can't do that.
Wait, did she say tours for single people? Like,
yeah. So
is this a dating agency or a travel agency?
It's a combo. Because my mom is like, my mom says they do carnivals for single people. She's like, well, they do carnivals for single people to meet up. Why not a travel thing? I'm like, that's a good point, but
that's genius.
It's like that's a good way to make money, but also I'm unqualified.
I think the reason why a lot of people who travel a lot are single is because it's easier to travel single.
Yeah.
Stoic, the Dragon Eater, he said he lived in Japan, and I think it was something sort of government related. He was like some sort of ambassador, I think.
Wow, that's awesome.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Stoic. I just remember it sounding like really cool, and I'm like, whoa.
Okay, but we need to like chill out about talking about Japan, because if we talk about it too much, I'm actually legit gonna be like, we have to go now. Like, we need to get 15 people. We're gonna freaking go.
All right. We could change the subject to RWBY Amity dropping their trailer just an hour or two ago.
That's true.
Murder of Birds hinting at stuff. What is that, Sunny?
My friend just came back from 2 months in Japan and brought me this.
Oof.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
It's
little
a cute
lanyard.
gift. Yeah, this is why I'm freaking out about Japan, because people I know are going, and then we're like, let's go. And then I'm like, okay, when are we going?
Yeah.
Okay, so RWBY Amity Arena dropped a teaser trailer, like a little 30-second cinematic. And it's basically them just hyping up, hey, we're going to get some actual look at this app soon. Like,
yeah. And you were saying before VYTALcast, it might be after Anime Expo.
Anime Expo. They are demoing currently the game at Anime Expo. So, I found out about this, I think, through their Twitter account. But Jacob's there, and I was like, hey, go check out this. He's like, nah, I'm good. He's got, like, way more interesting things to do at Anime Expo.
I do not blame him. Like, I have a few friends there, and they're just dying of joy.
Just hopping from one awesome thing to the next, right?
Yeah. And then I've also seen a picture of like just like a room full of people and no one has shoulder room. I'm like, oof.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that. I don't know if my claustrophobia would kick in, but I have a feeling it would.
Yeah.
So this is an app, guys. This is a phone mobile app, as far as we know, and it's sort of based around the idea of the Vital tournament, you know. So you have teams on teams.
It's like a RWBY fighting game.
But we don't know actually what it is, and that's something I wanted to bring up with you guys. Like,
Hunt SD said, apparently the website said it's going to be a MOBA.
I doubt it, 100%.
Yeah, I was like,
because everyone has their own idea of what a MOBA is, and the most popular MOBAs out there are not phone apps. So
yeah, like League of Legends or
Dota.
Yeah, it's like I could see that being very hard to translate to a phone as well.
There are mobile apps that are MOBAs though, and they work. They work, and they're fun. There are some good fantasy ones out there. Okay. If any of you guys in chat know the ones I'm talking about in particular, shout them out in there. But I do think that Rooster Teeth's actual like department that's going to be working on this isn't, I don't know, big enough for something that ambitious.
Yeah.
So also, if they were doing a MOBA, you can't just have a MOBA be Ruby and Juniper. You need like an actual cast of characters.
I mean,
like a decently sized one.
I'm pretty sure I read somewhere like they're also going to have other teams and villains you could play as. I read that somewhere.
I read that too. I just don't know if we'll get that at launch, like especially if they're launching really soon.
Connor Bobbitt just said, like, he's joking. He's like, it's going to be a visual novel. Calling it now.
Yes, please. Can I just say, like, who else out there would pre-order that? Like, a RWBY visual novel. Like, so fast.
You know,
collector's edition, everything. Like, give it to me.
Oh, man. Apparently, the Fate series started out as a visual novel game.
Yep. There's so many anime out there
that...
Yes. The Fate one, if we go back in its history originally, it was a more adult
less about fighting.
Game.
Yeah.
Right. Saber was the original best girl for a very different reason than the show portrays.
Okay. I was like, you mean she's not best girl now? What's going on in the Fate series?
Oh, geez, we've all moved on from Saber, right? Right. No.
I mean, there's Saber of Red from Apocrypha, who's now like her daughter person. Yeah.
Bro, okay, just give me a RWBY visual novel dating sim where I can date Ren, and I will be happy.
Yeah.
Okay, now that would be awesome. But imagine like at the very least, it's basically light Telltale games. Like there's no gameplay or anything, but we get some element of choice and just tons of dialogue. Yeah. Like that's the kind of stuff I think actually the writers at Rooster Teeth would like to write more so, because it doesn't involve some crazy set pieces. It's just like we do this, we talk with these people.
You could easily fit it back during the first 3 volumes.
Oh yeah,
as well at the school. Like
there's a whole lot of fluff time in there.
Like there's so much we could explore, and like whether it could be canon or not canon. Like I would love to see like a non-canon type thing, just so they could just go crazy with it, and it's like not affecting the series story at all.
Yeah.
My phone is just now like thinking I'm talking to it, so it's recording me saying this. Yeah, also, speaking of like other teams, how dare they have Team Juniper all silhouetted, and we don't get to see Pyrrha. We don't get to see Pyrrha in her full glory.
Well, now I am going to start becoming the devil's advocate here for this game. I'm not hyped about it.
Yeah.
I do think though that it's going to be something good at some point in the future. I feel like at launch we might not even get anything related to multiplayer.
Yeah, you think we're going to get clips?
I am very worried that this is going to be an app where we're going to have, on the left side of the screen, you're going to have the 4 characters of Team RWBY, and on the right side, we're going to have nondescript characters that we can't play as, that are basically just there, and we'll have this little kind of turn-based action, like Fire Emblem light, you know?
Yeah.
Where they'll go in and do this thing, and
Yeah.
Like, I just feel like that's almost what they have to do, because if they make it an actual fighting game, have you guys played mobile games where they have a miniature kind of thumbstick of sorts on the touchscreen?
Yeah, I've done that.
It's really cool, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you have a pseudo 3D environment that you're moving on and such.
Isn't that like the Fortnite app?
Yeah, kind of. I think those apps have that kind of thing, but I don't think they have enough to pump into this right out the gate. And if they were pumping in that much money, I'd feel like we'd get way better marketing for it. So I feel like this is just a thing that they're like, we got to hit the RWBY mobile app market at some point, so let's make a game, and
especially with,
DLC
like,
later with a whole bunch of teams that are added over the next,
because
like,
I know
2 years.
audiences in Japan will just eat that up for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Well, I mean, Japan is just crazy about like mobile games and MOBAs. I mean, like, I'm not saying this is the MOBA game, but like, they really love stuff like mini games and stuff, because a lot of people that's kind of like one of the inspirations for the Switch actually was Nintendo was like, people are always on the go, and like mobile games are a big thing, so how about you take a console game on the go? So they kind of like combined old school with new school, and and that's also why Nintendo is also starting to make mobile games like the Mario Run, Pokemon Go,
Pokemon Quest even, that just came out recently.
I forgot about that.
They're really killing it in the mobile department, even though they're not getting like, you know, Breath of the Wild reviews on these games. They're still like putting them out there pretty consistently,
like,
and they're getting a lot of money from it. So like...
and that's the thing. That's why another reason why I'm worried about a RWBY mobile game is that I think the reason why we kind of are fine with Grim Eclipse is like, hey, you just go in there and chill and kill some Grim. There's nothing, you're not really investing too much into it. You're just gonna have a little bit of fun. But with a mobile app, you have to court the whales. You know, the people, like you said, in Japan who will eat that up.
Yeah.
We've never seen Rooster Teeth's model on a microtransaction type game. So I'm really worried about what kind of negativity that could bring to the community.
As long as it's not like that new Hogwarts game that came out on the phone.
Oh my god! I play that. I have it right now. It's a time waster.
Like, I'm like, hey,
oh my gosh.
As long as it's not that bad, gosh.
Well, that's bottom of the barrel. But if you look at like where the barrel generally inhabits, it's not that far above it. You have all those like energy meters.
I hate that,
stuff.
but I still play this game.
Oh yeah, chat knows what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Kim Kardashian game.
I just love how they're like, oh, we're gonna get the swimsuit loot boxes, and someone's like, Virgin Killer sweater skins. And it's like, no. Like, I could totally see people buying that by the dozens. Like, I could see Rooster Teeth charging $20 for the skins, and people being more than happy to buy that. Like,
okay, if they had a Virgin Killer sweater skin in like Fortnite, honestly, I'm trash. I would probably buy that.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I could just imagine some people just being like, "Yes." I would be like, "Oh no," but
I think we can't really get mad at the people that will pay.
Oh, no.
I'm just worried about that kind of game coming out being just another revenue stream and not actually one that they take seriously to invest more development time into. Because we've seen what they did with Grim Eclipse.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
they have not really put anything more into that, I think, because
Grim
they couldn't
Eclipse,
monetize it properly.
I almost blame, there's a lot of blame for Rooster Teeth and the team that made the game, but I hold a lot of the blame on like fans demanding now. Give it to us now. And then they just said, all right, here you go. Because I think someone even said like the DLC that came out with like Juniper and like those extra game modes, one of those updates was free, and that was because it was supposed to be in the game at launch, but because there were so many people like slamming their fist on the table like, we want this, they are like, all right, here you go. So,
I know that Juniper wasn't free, so I don't think it was that.
Yeah,
I don't know what the other things were, because I played Grim Eclipse.
There was like a horde
total
mode for it, where you
that's right.
So there was horde mode, and I think there was something else, but yeah, you're right on. Like Team Juniper was paid, although I don't.
And it was way later. It's like
yeah, it was
like
way later.
way after, and it's okay. Like that was their first real foray into the let's get some
like,
RWBY games
gaming.
out there, and it takes time to make these things. A lot of energy and effort. So
yeah, and
Also,
to keep in mind,
this-
RWBY's not as big as it was then as it is
True.
now. So
Yeah.
now that we had Ruby Rose in Ready Player One, they're now on Blaze Blue.
Yep.
They're now like one of the top trending anime in Crunchyroll once the seasons start airing.
true.
I think they have enough publicity to like get a proper like non-indie company to make a good quality game.
Yep.
I also just feel like this fandom is so bad about banging their fists demanding stuff, and then stuff comes out earlier or whatever, and then after a while everyone's like, this sucks.
Totally.
Yeah.
I think that Rooster Teeth sticking with the Kickstarter model, with the same thing that they did with their massively successful Kickstarter movie, Laser Team, is what they should do continuously for all kind of game-featured things, because they can measure feedback that way. They can measure demand.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
I feel like there's a reason why they didn't do that with the app. And yet they did it with the board game. So I'm being a little bit of a Debbie Downer here.
Oh, no. It like,
But
And-
we're all good for like healthy skepticism here and there, you know.
Yeah, and like I'm sure people are sick of hearing us talk about this, but what I just mentioned is basically, David, what you were concerned about like a couple months ago is people demanding RWBY, so they come out with it like as they usually do in the fall, and then the quality's kind of bad because they have to rush everything.
Yeah, which kind of goes a little bit to what we were talking about with Nomad of Nowhere, and like the teams having to like put stuff on pause to like finish another project, then put that on pause to go back to the other one. Just like the tweet Miles put out in like February, I think. There was a tweet somewhere.
was that the one about writing stress?
There was that stuff, but there was like the list of like projects for Rooster Teeth animation.
Oh, right. And then you put the video out about how Rooster Teeth is overextending themselves a little bit.
Or like, I'm worried they are going to do that, and like, and then like I had people from the animation team liking that tweet. And I'm like, that kind of says something to me. Like, I'm not going to out the individuals, but I had people like it. And I'm like, oh, no. And
I feel like if Rooster Teeth wants to keep making a profit and getting bigger, they don't have to create new shows. They can keep the ones they have, at least for now, but make them higher in quality, so there'll be less people making YouTube videos about why RWBY sucks. And then there'll be more people about, like, we love RWBY so much, this show is great. And then so you get more profit from that. Like,
there's a lot of it that's also going to be where Rooster Teeth has been adding on a large number of employees recently.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you guys have been keeping track of that.
Like, last week they just added 45
Yeah,
employees.
I think they've added about 200 employees in the last, like, 12 months. And that's a lot comparing the grand total of employees in Rooster Teeth. So the growth brings in new people, which brings in new costs, which brings in new products. So they bring in new money. So it's just a cycle. And I think we're in the middle of a development cycle where things are getting added in. And it's kind of a
growing pains.
Throw darts at the dartboard, see what sticks. And see which things are also going to land in very, like, which are going to be critical hits and which are going to be like, it was a hit, but it didn't do anything crazy. Like, Nomad of Nowhere was definitely, I would say, an overall hit, but it had some other issues that kept it, I think, from being a critical hit, so to speak.
Yeah.
To bring in
and
D&D references.
And like you meant the bringing in more employees does like put that worry a little bit more to rest a bit.
Right,
It's like, oh, good, because my main worry was like overworking people and having them just burn out. And I was like, oh. But now that they're bringing more people to help share the load, I'm like, oh, great, this is good, because like I know RWBY and like some Red vs. Blue, they have more of their own focused teams that will borrow from the other teams as well. But it's like, hey, bringing on more people is a good sign, I would say.
Totally. But a little tidbit there for those of you that are writers out there and are potentially looking to work somewhere. I know Rooster Teeth is actually like desperate for writers. Like they need, not desperate, but like they really want more
people,
writers to bring in and do things like, Eddie Rivas. Like,
Yeah.
You remember how he's hold on.
Oh,
here.
yeah.
Let me just
he
clarify
does
to make sure
Nomad.
this is the same guy. He's the guy that's been really killing it in RWBY Chibi, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So he came on initially to do basically a little project, and that was their test for him to see if they could give him bigger things.
Yeah.
And he went on from there to be one of the go-to writers for all the smaller animation projects.
Yeah.
And he's been killing it in
yeah.
RWBY Chibi. Like the third season's like, I think he also did the second season of RWBY, a lot of the second season of RWBY Chibi. But some of the jokes and some of the more like zany kind of crazy little mini plots that they did, those are all his ideas. Those are all his like creative.
He even had his like
flowing.
daughter inspire one of the skits.
That sounds right. Yeah.
I forget the episode. He talked about it at RTX last year. He was like, "Oh yeah, like," because they're like, "Oh, will you stand up and like introduce yourselves?" And the Guardian gave him a mic, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm like one of the head writers of RWBY Chibi now." And like the skit you guys just watched on the projector.
Wait, sorry, I had it wrong. Thank you, Vera, for clarifying. It is not Eddie Rivas. It's Tom Alvarado. Yeah, I am sorry, guys.
I was gonna say Rivas sounded like one of the Nomad of Nowhere writers.
I'm
He's
sorry.
a Nomad guy.
Yeah, completely wrong there. It's Tom Alvarado.
Okay.
I've messaged the guy, talked to him a bit. He's very chill, very cool guy, and very zany, fun writer. So.
Yeah, and he.
Sorry for the misinformation there.
and he definitely said like, oh yeah, the skit you guys just watched. Like my daughter said, wouldn't it be great to have this and this and this? And then I took that and fleshed it out and made it into what you just watched. And we're like, wow, that was really good. So
if we're
great.
talking along lines of like Rooster Teeth is wanting to hire more writers, I've heard people be concerned in the past that RWBY doesn't have enough diversity on its writing team. Like obviously we've had Miles and Carrie for a long time, and obviously they worked closely with Monty, so they know a lot about it. But what would you guys think about like bringing on more main writers for RWBY, like people who might not know like what's going to happen in RWBY in the future, but they bring them in for like more diverse writing?
Well,
I think it could be beneficial.
Yeah, I think it would, but I think for like Miles and Carrie in particular, what they're looking for is not necessarily someone to come up to their level right away. What it is more of like, did you guys watch Avatar: The Last Airbender?
Yes.
So its writing team went from like 3 or 4 people to as much as like 8 or 9 people. And what they would do is they'd say, here's an episode. You are given the play-by-play of what has to happen in the plot, but as for the dialogue, as for the character interactions and the moments and stuff, we need you to write that stuff. Yeah. And that kind of writing style would be very cool for RWBY, because I think we'd get what would feel like a little bit more multi-dimensionality to some of the characters, because it would different perspectives would bleed in essentially to a character like RWBY, for instance. And while the dialogue would generally sound the same and the plot would still be directed and kind of covered by people like Miles and Carrie, I think it would be good for them to be doing less of the grunt work with regards to writing. And that's not to say that there's one type of writing that's better than the others, but it's from the directing side of things versus the micro versus macro, that kind of thing.
Yeah, and I agree with that. Whereas like they could be focusing more on like the overall plot. These guys could be focused on like scene to scene, episode to episode.
For sure.
And Brandon Dodge mentioned it, and I know I've mentioned it before. He said they could always do like an anthology season, which I think would be cool for like a mini series, or like World of Remnant. I think that would be a great way to bring World of Remnant back, is have like it as an anthology episode that's more showing rather than telling of parts of the world. So for like
it is a lot of animation time though.
Yeah, it is a lot of animation time, and that's the main issue with that idea. But I think it would help put some people's I don't know,
minds
like
at
dislikes to ease. They're like, because RWBY has had a problem of like telling, not showing, and it's like, well, if we do it if we educate people through a story, I think they'll show more than tell, and it could be on like a random character we don't know, or like for Mistral, for example, you know, they're talk that episode of World Remnant talk about like the culture and like all the different layers. And it's like, oh, that would have been cool to see that through a perspective of like someone that lived there, and just like have a short little story of them going through, and we see the world and kind of learn through their view of how Mistral is, and then like we go back to regular RWBY. But that is a lot of animation time, and World Remnant usually breaks up to give people breaks on that. But yeah.
Okay, but would it be okay if we still demanded a Stark episode? Like, can we demand that, please?
No. I am totally with you in that kind of backstory needs to happen, but it's something that they can literally do whenever they want, because until something relevant to Summer gets brought up again, and this is actually where I can tell that RWBY as a show is something where they have character arcs planned out, like very specific characters are going to end up in very specific places, but they haven't really figured out some of the how they're going to get there.
Yeah.
And I think those awesome moments on their wall essentially has one of them where Summer's relevance in the plot comes back because of Ruby's Silver Eyes, and then when they do that, it makes sense for them to bring some kind of Stark flashback via the maybe via Oscar narrating it, you know, via Ozpin, or some kind of way that it. But the thing is, Rooster Teeth again has gotten, you know, or at least Miles and Kay have gotten so much flack for expositing, you know, for scenes over and over again. It would be something that would essentially be more exposition. So I think they're just wanting to make sure they handle it correctly.
Yeah, another opportunity I could see for like a Team Stark flashback that might not be plot important enough to actually do it is if Raven ever talks to Ty again, and kind of goes back to like when the team was kind of starting to disperse, and we know
that's happening very soon.
Yeah, because
that's how season 5 ended.
I was about to say.
Yeah, I was gonna say like it could easily show like how her and Ty got together, more of like why she left him and like came across the maiden, and that could also kind of be a small hint or introduction to Summer quickly coming in to like help Ty once you know he's been left with Yang, because I did the math. She must have been like right there right when Raven left, for considering the age gap between RWBY and Yang. So
yeah, what was the most recent flashback they did besides the Blake and Ilya stuff in the trailer for Blake? Like, what was the only other flashback thing that they did? Because I'm trying to think, was there anything after Maidens? The Maidens little
like in
exposition
volume 3?
Thing. In volume 4 even. Like, was there any
4?
flashback in volume 4?
You know, I don't think
there's
any flashback.
Ren, that's what it was. Yep, there was a big one. Yep, it was Ren and Nora. So
how do you forget Ren?
Well, yes, I just wanted to make sure that there wasn't anything there. But yeah, Brandon of course was on top of it. Awesome dude.
Yeah.
Like I feel like they want to make sure that it's perfectly poignant to bring, like it's a perfect time to bring it in, because they have to dedicate like an episode to it. So the Kurayuri episode in volume 4 is, I think, a great example of where flashbacks can be used just perfectly. Like that's probably one of everyone's favorite episodes in volume 4. That flashback.
Yes.
It was epic. I probably liked that more than the actual fight against the Grim afterwards.
I think I'm with you. I was severely traumatized after watching that episode for the first time. Just it's everything's right. All right, sweetie. It's all gonna be.
Oh my gosh, they went there.
It's just like, what is this, Attack on Titan? Like,
oh my god,
just horrible. Everything is bad.
Poor Ren. I mean, now we could kind of understand why he is the way he is a bit more because of that.
And him and Nora, and why they're just they're so precious and everything.
I love them.
I would love to have more episodes like that, and that episode and kind of like the episode back, I think it's called Burning the Candle, back in volume 2? No. Yeah,
That
no,
was
no,
yes, Burning the
Candle
Candle.
Burning the
was
Candle in
Wicked
volume
thing.
2, and then there's also, I think it's called Black and White in volume 1. It's like the volume 1 finale.
Yeah.
But where like Blake's talking about her background with a White Fang. Those episodes, I think, would have been good examples for my idea for the World of Remnant, because it's like, hey, you know, we get to see a character's backstory or, you know, a different part of the world, but we'll have a bigger emotional investment in that, you know, like some people they totally dismiss or even forgotten about, like Blake did actually grow up in like harsh conditions within the White Fang, because they see the house her parents are currently living in, and they're like, oh, she's a princess. And I was like, no, we did see visually Blake in tattered clothes holding a sign back in volume 1, but I guess because it was more told than shown, it didn't stick to memory or like anyone's emotional investment.
Can we go back to the RWBY Amity Arena thing? I can't believe I didn't notice this, but they have a new site.
Yeah. Yeah, they have a new site.
They have a picture here that is very telling about what type of game this is going to be.
Okay, here, let me...
If you just go to the game intro page, and you just look at the...
What's the website?
Yeah.
It's RWBYAA.hangame.com. Yeah.
Okay,
let me link it here.
I got it coming up on the screen for the audience to see.
Yeah, so there's a type of mobile game that's been kind of getting passed around and stuff, and it's basically this type of game. This would technically probably be considered a MOBA, because that means massively online battle arcade game.
I love this little art style. Pure slides down. Oh my gosh, I'm in love. Okay.
Yeah, they have basically the teams going against each other, trying to capture or destroy a little objective thing with some turrets in the way. So it's basically like a one-lane MOBA for those of you that have played MOBA games and stuff. But this is very much like those duel games. Shoot, what's it called? What's the big Clash of Clans?
Clash of
Clans.
Yeah, there's like a Clash Arena or something like that, and this looks basically like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, those turrets look the turrets and like I'm going to call it the home base. Those things look a lot like what we saw from Grim Eclipse too, like the points that we have to defend, and then like the turrets being from that horde mode I mentioned.
Right.
So, I mean, it's nice to see. I mean, it makes sense because it's like, oh, hey, we're still in the world of Remnant, so we're gonna borrow pieces from here and there.
Right, and I just looked at all the arenas there, and they all have the 6-point, like 2 sets of 3 points where you have the little command center or whatever, and then the 2 turret spots there. And if basically the game ends up being us just dropping in our RWBY characters the way it is done in those other games, and maybe there's powers or abilities that each character has on some kind of turn-based deal or what have you, it seems very, very, very simple. It could be very fun. I
just noticed
I'm still a little bit skeptical.
Yeah, I noticed they have an influencer program, so I might try to apply to this. It says, what is this?
Oh, they do,
when we launch the game, we'd love to have interested fans talk about RWBY Amity.
Oh, wait, I love this game. This looks very interesting.
Hey, kind of like this awesome show called VYTALCast on this awesome channel called Portal 64 that's already doing that before you had said influencer program. Share your tips and strategies, alert your friends and fans about game updates, or just create some funny videos about the game. That'll probably be me creating the funny videos. Anything you decide to do, we want to know about it. Where can I get some more information? You just hit this big fat apply button and give us your email and probably some other information.
And fill out a Google form.
Oh, also, I just found a fact sheet underneath that.
Yeah, I'm looking at that as well.
It does say 2018 for the release date, but no month.
Okay.
It's going to be
online
free.
only PvP. So
free. Oh, okay, that's cool.
For free.
Well, yeah, they would have to make it free. That's the only way to do it.
I'm surprised there's not an asterisk, as in like microtransactions are inside. But
well, like, I mean, let's give Rooster Teeth the benefit of the doubt. They're probably one of the most community-led companies out there that's developing, their own shows and media and such.
Yeah.
So I don't think they would just jump in and, basically give us the middle finger by drowning it in microtransactions. But also, I think that's kind of par for the course these days. It's just a question of what type of microtransactions they do.
Yeah, as long as it's
but
like not
if it's just skins and stuff, like
skins are fine.
Yeah, who cares? Who cares?
Yeah.
That's fun.
As long as it's not like, hey, paid money to gain experience points faster or to like get a certain boost, Yeah. Also, I noticed you could download their logo and character artwork. Which
that's pretty cool.
The character artworks I actually saw posted to Twitter before VYTALCast, and I was like, wow.
They're pretty cute.
Someone photoshopped that really fast, but no, here they are with transparent backgrounds already. But that's really cool. And there's like also press releases and like contact. It's just an email. But that is really interesting. Huh. I'll apply to that after the show. And also, I think it was Hunt SD saying they are accidentally streaming a RWBY Chibi episode at the Anime Expo.
What?
Yeah, I'm like, oof, that's a big Like, so they stream the panels, but there are some parts of panels they do not stream. They apparently accidentally. And, yeah, which I should probably say, don't spread the leaked part out.
And please don't do that, guys. We know it's RWBY Chibi, but still, like...
I remember getting in an argument, I think it might have been Muffin Man Dan, but they're like... I was like, hey, it was part of, like, the Yang trailer for Volume 5, and I was like, hey, this wasn't meant to be streamed. No, it was the Weiss trailer, and he had, like, the first half of it, and I was like, hey, they didn't mean to do that. He's like, sure, they didn't mean to. I'm like, no, like... They just forgot to push stop stream, like...
Oh, guys, confirm there will be some kind of chest/microtransactions in the game. I mean, this isn't 100% confirmed, but I know it's to be expected, but I'm looking at the influencer thing here, and it says, depending on how well your influencing videos, whatever do, it says, we'll be expanding what we can offer our influencers, but at launch we'll be able to share bonus chests.
Oh, okay.
And then a bunch of other stuff is listed.
So chests implies like a loot box of some
kind
sort.
of loot box.
And
it just sounds
probably
like
cosmetic.
The Clash of Clans type thing.
Hopefully. Yeah. Well, the I think it's Clash Royale. I went and looked it up.
Clash Royale.
That one. The thing is with that one, you have you actually have things that are these cards that upgrade the abilities of these guys you bring into the game. So if we're upgrading our RWBY characters or upgrading our Yang characters or what have you faster by paying money.
Yeah, that's...
It's a slippery slope. It's not horrible, but it's pay to play competitively. It's not pay to win necessarily.
That's what developers say when they
I know. That's me. Now I'm on the other side trying to take their side. It's like, well, you won't be matched up against those players, though. You'll be matched up against players. I mean, hopefully their matchmaking system is pretty good. But hey,
like
if
it
they
puts
make
you based
a
on
RWBY
level.
Clash Royale, I'll download it.
I'll play it.
Especially if it's free, like.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah,
give it a try.
I'll give it a shot. Like Pokemon Go's kind of dying down for me. I need an app on my phone to play it while I'm on break. So, yeah. But also, as Brandon Dodge said, I'm not bothered if I don't need the chest. Which, I'm not bothered as long as I don't.
It's probably not going to be that big of a deal.
Yeah, and also just from like the Rooster Teeth podcast and how much they totally crap on the idea of pay to win games, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't do that to their own game.
Yeah, I think that they would definitely err on the side of caution with that.
Yes.
Just because it's just smarter with how integrated they are into their community. But hey, like a RWBY mobile game that, we're a pretty passionate community.
Oh.
Like, we could make this game successful to the point where it
Yeah.
becomes better than what it looks like right now.
Oh, yeah.
Like just imagine kind of the I know that you were just mentioning Pokemon Go, and that's not a great example because that one changed everything.
Yeah.
But imagine millions of people go to download this day one, and they're like, "Whoa, this is actually something people really want," and then it ends up becoming a thing where, maybe they make a spin-off of it. Maybe they make a PC version that's a little bit more, in depth, a little bit more.
Yeah, I would say I would love a PC version.
Feature heavy.
Yeah. Some Inspector Who was saying like hopefully it comes out by RTX so we could try to party up.
Oh,
that would be pretty cool.
That'd be cool.
spicy.
I doubt it'll be out that soon, but
Yeah.
cool.
I also doubt that it's going to be anything more than 1v1. I mean, maybe it will be, and that's why it shows.
Maybe that'll be one of the big updates that come after 1 million people download.
Right, they're like, oh, we have enough people that we can have a 2v2 mode, or
we finally got
mode.
the funding to like add that complexity into the development cycle.
Sure,
Mm-hmm.
sure,
So,
totally.
But
I mean,
yeah,
you got to start somewhere,
dude.
And
I'm half tempted to like if it was out for like the first half of the VYTALcast panel, it's just us 1v1ing each other,
just talking trash.
Yeah,
just
it's like you can't see
hey,
what's on
hey.
our phone screen, but trust me, I am wailing on this guy. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just.
I mean, it wouldn't be too hard to have maybe your phone screen on there, and if it was just two people, you would essentially see what the other person is doing on the phone screen.
Yeah, like I got a pretty good adapter for my computer now, so I could do like 2 phone screens at once type of thing. I'll have to download a program because now I have an Android phone. But I do already have the program for an iPhone, so that'd be pretty cool to do.
I gotta look into that because I'm really considering applying for this influencer thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna apply.
Yeah, me too.
It's like I already know how I'm gonna record it. I already know how I'm gonna do this or that, or like what type of videos I want to do. It'll make it easier for like RWBY discussion videos because you could just have that as the visual for some parts. Even like, oh, I don't look too good at this part of the video. Here's some RWBY gameplay. Yeah. I mean,
for sure.
Cal does that for her channel, so why can't I? So
cool.
Yeah. Oh, also RTX had some hiccups already with the autograph codes. Did you see that? It happened.
I didn't hear about this. What's
yesterday?
They sent like 2 different emails saying, here's your autograph code. No, wait, here's your real autograph code. And they were like, no, it's wrong. And then today there's like, here's your real autograph code.
Okay, so I'm going to pull up my phone because they sent another email right before I got home from work. So that is not the email I clicked on, phone. Okay, so the first email, if I could go back and find it. So they had it 2 emails yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 emails yesterday, which was the 5th. The 5th. Okay, so they had one where it was like just a UPS tracking link, I think, which was like your tracking link to your badge. And then they send corrected, here are your autograph codes, which to their defense, they did have the autograph code. But, like, right after was the tracking link for your badge, which I clicked on. I'm like, uh-oh, did it come with my badge? Did they send the code physically this year? And I was totally worried. I just, like, threw it in the trash, and I'm like, I have no autograph
didn't do
code.
that, at least.
Yeah.
I know that much.
And then I looked closely. I'm like, oh, wait, that looks like a code right before the link. But because it's a whole bunch of gibberish, it totally camouflaged with the longer gibberish that is a link. So then...
Gotcha.
Today, about 6 hours ago, they're like, here's the autograph code, and it's like the exact same code, just minus the link garbage right after.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I figured that was the case, but, I'm glad you made it easier to find now, because it did take me like a good hour or 2 yesterday to be like, oh, there it is, hiding in plain sight. I didn't throw it away. So.
You're eating your taco.
Yeah. Don't shame him. He's hungry.
I'm hungry.
Yeah.
No, I understand.
I've eaten for like 6 hours.
Oh gosh.
I'm
yeah,
hungry
editing
too.
does that to you sometimes. You just.
I hate
man, like
editing.
I have to eat like every like 2.5 or 3 hours. I'm crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Ever since I like started working out more, I've been like, I need to eat everything at all times.
It's
I
ridiculous.
don't even usually work out that much, and I'm always like, I need to eat everything at all times.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so
Food is life.
Basically.
So, Caleb, I know you know more about Fate than Sunny does. Wait, how much of Fate do you know?
Fate Zero, Unlimited Blade Works, and Apocrypha.
Okay.
And I know enough about kind of the history of it to be a horrible expert, but I
Okay. Because Stoy the Dragon Eater was saying if they make RWBY Grand Order, then I'll have some thoughts, which I know is
as
a reference to
opposed to Fate Grand Order.
Yes.
Well, okay, so that's a I think that's a reference to how
it's a
dark it
game,
could get.
and I think they bring in all the heroes and characters from all the series to kind of like.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Fire Emblem Heroes too. I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. That's right. So
Yeah.
I would love to just kind of say this little thing here about the idea of what it seems like all these games that Rooster Teeth is coming out are trying to hit around. Is there's this. Yeah, Connor. No, that's definitely not me. I'm not a lore master for Fate at all. I'm very anime light as far as things go with that. But I think Rooster Teeth, because I had an idea with Jacob a couple of years ago, and it was that if you had some kind of game where you could choose your team of RWBY characters, everyone would lose their minds. Like, it didn't matter what type of game it was. It didn't matter what type of
Like,
setting or whatever.
As long
It's
as
just
you
the
can
idea of
mix and
can I have Ren, Elia, and Blake, and I don't know, Reese
Cinder.
Clores.
Throw Yang.
Yeah, but
Have
like
them fight over Blake.
all my all my queens out there or what have you.
all the
I don't
queens,
know. And
all the
basically you put them
ships.
right. You do all the shipping stuff and all that. But if
Yeah.
you had all the characters, every single character, it didn't matter who they were, if they got like
dead or
5 seconds of
alive.
screen time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shopkeep.
Exactly. The shopkeep's in there. Zwei is in there. We have everyone.
I would have the
fandom
shopkeep
would-
be my lead just for jokes, but
Yeah, exactly. The fandom would lose their minds.
Yeah.
And I feel like Rooster Teeth is wanting to go that direction, but they also want to hit all the markets for where these games can be bought and sold. So they're getting board games, they're getting apps, they're getting computer games, kind of with Grim Eclipse.
Yeah.
They did Blaze Blue, they did the partnership with them, and that's kind of a fighting game. At the very least, they gave them some characters and stuff.
Yeah.
But yes, we want to have Shopkeep versus Salem. We don't want this to be realistic. We want this to be stupid. Like, I think that they should do that. And Jacob and I just, for the fun of it, we made a fan game that can essentially do that. So I'm not trying to make a big deal about it, but I feel like Rooster Teeth needs to like really push this if they want to do the game route. Like, forget being canon, forget all the how this adds to the story. Either you go hard into the story or you go completely silly and ridiculous and just use
I think
all
a visual novel would be great for going off the rails story wise.
Right. Like what was all that weird stuff that Blizzard and Disney did? It was like Skylanders, and then there was Disney Infinity or whatever. It was a horrible failure in terms of game thing. But
oh dude, you don't know how many parents came into GameStop asking me which ones to buy for their kid. Like, oh man, it was.
But imagine something like that. Not necessarily that, but just with RWBY characters.
Yeah.
Like I would. I don't know about you guys, but I would be. I would be shamelessly buying that
It would
stuff.
seriously
Rip
be the
my
day
wallet,
I've
right?
For. Like, honestly, like watching RWBY from like back in the Volume 1 days to Volume 2 when I like really got into the fandom. Like, I was like, man, this would be such a great series to have games on. Like, If there were like good games like you're talking about where you can mix and match of just like any genre, I will play the ever flipping crap out of those games and like stream them so much. And I hope they could do like a really good job with Amity and any future projects they do for it.
And I guess Amity is that because the more characters they add, the way they set up the picture was very intentional, kind of show telling there. You note how the characters in the about picture there, we have 2 members from Team RWBY on one side and 2 members from Team Juniper on that side. So they basically split the teams into pairs. 2 sets of 2 on each. So what they're saying is that you don't have to play as Team RWBY as a whole. You can play as Team Junwi or something.
Yeah.
RWBY or something.
Yeah.
You
know? Oh gosh.
And I just think that would be so fun.
Yeah, and kind of sidetrack it to a different thing. The chat is going crazy because Hunt SD mentioned that Dakota Fanning and Koichi Yamadara. Oh man, I do not know how to pronounce the last name.
Wait, where is this?
You have to scroll up for it now because people freaked out about
Koichi Yamadara.
Yeah,
yep, good job.
So those 2 really are confirmed to be in Genlock.
Oh,
and dude, can I just
some
tell
people
you?
are saying Monica
Dakota
Rial.
Fanning was like one of my first celebrity crushes. Like, I am low key fangirling over that right now.
Yep. There was apparently an embargo that was just lifted on all of the news sites.
Oof.
So Variety and a couple others, they all released it at the exact same time. Okay. And it's announcing it here. Dakota Fanning, Koichi Yamadera. Joined cast of Rooster Teeth's Genlock starring Michael B. Jordan, which we already knew about, but that's still really cool.
Yeah, Lindsay tweeted it out a few minutes ago.
Okay.
That's why they're freaking out.
I'm putting it back on screen for people to see. That is not my Google Chrome. Okay, so...
Yamadera. Wait, was he... I think he was in Cowboy Bebop.
Hold on, let me copy and paste his name. Into Google. Okay. Copy.
Yeah,
Variety.
I'm going to behind the voice actors now. Oh my gosh, this guy has been in a ton of stuff.
Neon Genesis, Ghost in the Shell, Cowboy Bebop,
My Hero Academia,
Dragon Ball Z. Holy crap! Wait, did you say My Hero Academia?
Yep.
Dude, who does he play in that?
I'm looking. Scrolling down to the M's here.
Oh my gosh, he's in Pokemon the first movie.
Wait.
He's in Stitch. Wait, what is Stitch?
He's in Hunter x Hunter.
Who does he play in Hunter x Hunter? Please tell me. I'm begging
Silva Zoldyck.
Oh, Daddy!
Yeah.
Oh no! Wait.
Okay, maybe not in My Hero Academia.
He's in Pokemon the movie 2000 as well. He must be a reoccurring character in Pokemon.
Yeah.
He's in all. He's in all of the Pokemon. He must be like Brock or something.
Mm.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
That would sound decently right.
He's not in My Hero Academia. I spoke again. Jeez, I'm all over the place.
Yeah. Okay. So
so his biggest character in terms of popularity is Beerus from Dragon Ball series. From the Dragon Ball series.
So yeah, Variety says the duo Michael B. Jordan, the duo joined Michael B. Jordan, who, as previously announced, will voice protagonist Rebel pilot Julian Chase in Genlock.
Ooh, that was loud.
Yeah, no.
Whoa, wait.
It's on top of my thing.
This is. He's primarily for the Japanese voievoice.
Wait,
he did Spike Spiegel's voice actor. He was Spike Spiegel's voice actor in the sub.
Wait, what? Wait.
Cowboy Bebop.
Well,
this guy is the lead for Cowboy Bebop in the sub.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Cowboy
forget all
Bebop.
that other stuff. This is Spike. This is Spike. Like we are getting a legend here. Wait.
We're getting a lot of legends.
Yeah, so they're saying gosh, okay. So I'm
thanks Dan. Yeah, you're right. I missed that he did Spike. Yeah, I don't know why this site doesn't make a bigger deal about it. Like, put it up at the front.
Dakota brings an enduring energy and texture to Miranda that the audience is going to bond with very strongly, says Gray. Yamadera-san gives Kazu a fantastic balance of attitude and strength, and as anime fans, we're doing our best not to geek out that he's joined the cast. But I haven't
Why
seen...
do you not want to geek out? Like, what's wrong with that?
I haven't seen anything that says he's going to do a Japanese... Like, he's a Japanese version of a character, or like...
He's primarily a...
Japanese.
His primary voiceover
voice
language is Japanese.
Yes. So it makes me wonder if they're gonna have like multilingual.
That would be so cool
in the show.
Yeah.
So like for his
God.
character, he's speaking Japanese to other characters and we're reading subtitles, and then he'll probably be speaking in English to the English characters sometimes. I don't know. Like we'll have like a genuine Japanese character.
Wait, his character was shown at the panel. So Dan, relay this stuff to us. Was his character speaking English or Japanese? I'm so curious, because the way they're setting up Genlock seems to be like it's this global initiative that's fighting some kind of a culture war. So I could see characters from different nations, cultures, and peoples and stuff having to interact with each other. So having a multilingual cast just makes sense, and that would be epic. It's ambitious as if they're actually doing it.
No, like Genlock, I'm scared to say could overshadow RWBY in my eyes. Like let it happen. Like I tear down that RWBY poster to plaster up Genlock. Like oh man,
if it happens, it's gonna be all the better for us. I'd say as a whole.
Because like I had to worry like last year. I'm like, man, this is gonna be huge. But then like as they've been releasing news, like even before they announced Michael B. Jordan, I'm like, I think this is gonna be like their next big thing. But then once they announced Michael B. Jordan, I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be monstrous. And now this is just confirming. I'm just, like mechs, and it comes out in January too, which January is my birth month. Like, okay, to put into emphasis, for the last 3 years of my life, Rooster Teeth has been, like, the theme around my birthday. Mainly because there's, like, the Sundance Film Festival, which happens, like, an hour away from where I live. And when I turned 19, Bernie and Ashley were there. And then the year after that, Gavin Free was there. And then I don't think they were there this year, but every year I've just done, like, for my gifts, for what I do on my birthday, it's all like Rooster Teeth.
Rooster Teeth, yep.
Yeah. And like with Genlock coming out, like, hold on, I just need to scroll down to January 2019. So my birthday lands on a Thursday again? Really? Okay.
Rip.
Nothing comes out on Thursdays. I mean, movie premieres sort of now do, but like I'm guessing Genlock is going to take up the Sunday slot from Red vs. Blue. Either Sunday or Saturday. No, RWBY will still be going. I'm thinking they're going to take up a Sunday slot, maybe. And so
I would think they would want it to be. They would want it to be on a weekend day. Yeah. And if RWBY is still coming out with episodes during that time, they would not have it be on the same day.
Yeah.
There's way too much they can capitalize on having a 1-2 combo on the weekends of just animation goodness.
Yeah, so I would imagine it would take up what was the slot taken up by Red vs. Blue. So that means either the 20th or the 27th. I'm leaning towards near the end of the month, but also those are the Sundays closest to my birthday. But, like, dude, if it comes out, I will be freaking out and just buying all of the merch for my birthday, because I'll be like, I have no budget, it's my birthday, screw it.
Man, I'm so hyped for you, dude. That's gonna be a cool present.
Finally.
Do you guys want to laugh at how, if this show comes out multilingual, like intentionally, like cast, it ends the whole sub versus dub debate? Like,
dude.
Oh my god, yeah.
Dude, that debate is so
it's so stupid, but like, but like for real, we would have,
you know, like, Have you seen the Tumblr post where someone's like, "Can anyone link me the Japanese version of RWBY because the English dub sucks." And it was like, this was like back in Volume 2 days too, and it was like, "Can someone link me to the Japanese original Japanese of RWBY?"
It's like proof that you know RWBY is an anime is that people are asking for the Japanese original dub. Like, no, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Gosh. Oh my gosh. Gray says that Genlock takes inspiration from the Project Freelancer saga and Red vs. Blue, and it's just, oof. Like that is like my favorite.
Wait a minute. Oh, can we turn this into a Genlock theory podcast for like the next few minutes or stuff?
Go ahead.
Okay,
please.
So the Freelancer saga was all about learning the truth about what's going on behind the scenes, because as the Red versus Blue characters are just kind of like, we don't know what's going on, we're a bunch of lovable idiots, and then suddenly there's a real like high stakes story behind all of this. I could see this being a thing where we have our group of uninitiated new characters who are coming into the Genlock program or what have you, and they get initiated and find out that maybe their ideals, their positive thinking, their overall just, rose-colored lenses aren't it's not as clean as they thought it would be. And then they learn the truth about all of this, and they have to choose sides and kind of figure out where they're going to be in all of this.
I feel like that's kind of cliche, though.
It's so cliche, but the reason why it's cliche,
the reason
why that kind of stuff is cliche is because if you do it right, it just works.
Oh man, which was like a big thing for RWBY too. But like I could totally see that, and like a hint of like Evangelion going into it too, because.
Wait, do you want the mystical and the weird and the unexplained?
No, I'm just saying like with the finding the answers and like just like the questions upon questions until like there's just a huge reveal, Like I don't know. I've only read the manga for Evangelion, but
it's like Dan said, it's like tropes basically. Tropes aren't always bad. The reason why they're tropes is because they're used frequently enough because certain people did it right. Yeah. Certain people did it right, and then and then wait, get in the robot, Michael B. Jordan.
You stole that from me. I wanted to read that. But there, or like
you get in the damn robot.
If you don't get into the robot, Dakota Fanning will have to do it again. You don't want that, do you?
No, please. No. Oh God. Guys. I'm probably gonna be all over Genlock. I'm probably gonna love it. But like, if we get a character, a girl with white hair and red eyes, and like a kundere just doesn't talk or anything, I'm going to laugh hysterically. I'm going to put up side by side pictures and be like, I don't see the difference. No, I'm just kidding. But like,
give me that spunky redhead with sass,
Oh no!
Like,
oh man, you're an Asuka fanboy, aren't you? Oh no!
Hey man.
I'm gonna be a redhead at RTX.
I'm like, I don't want to create a void between us, Like,
no, I
like
I'm
honestly,
totally
I love them both. It's just although like the big reveal with Rey near the end just made me like, ew, there's some sort of fetish in this, isn't there?
Well, I just love to I love to make fun of people who really like Asuka, like specifically Asuka. So it's nothing personal.
Yeah, no, like I was like, I mean, it would have been nice for him to end up with Asuka at the end, but yeah, I mean, no, it's okay. I mean. I like my brunettes.
Like, who in chat has actually seen from beginning to end NGE? I'm curious.
I own the manga. I have not seen the anime.
Okay.
So I discovered it. Like I didn't discover, but like I finally got into it this year, and
before Kevin Conroy's in Gen.
Kevin Conroy would be cool.
That would be hilarious.
Yeah.
Cool. And you watched the movie that kind of fixed the ending, kind of.
Yeah, I heard like the movie is just the ending, which I'm like, ooh, that'd be cool, but.
Yeah, so yeah, NGE has it cleverly coined the doing a Gynax or pulling a Gynax phrase, which you know what I'm talking about, Sonny, the phrase of the Gynax studio pulling the ending kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, it's NGE that kind of did that. So yeah, if you haven't seen NGE, you almost kind of owe it to yourself if you watch a lot of anime to watch it just once. Yeah. But it's so full of like trauma and abuse and like all kinds of just really messed up in the head people. It's depressing to watch.
I just loved the manga.
Dan.
Like the manga, I just. Gosh, Dan. Yeah, the manga I just absolutely love. Like, for me, sometimes like My Hero Academia now, it's like, okay, I buy volume 12, I now have to wait 2 months for the next manga volume, and then like, but Evangelion, it was like, I bought it, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna wait a month before I buy the next volume. Next thing I know, I bought the entire series within the week and read it all, and I'm like, this consumed me for a while.
Connor Bobbitt, it's way worse than FMA 2003's ending.
Oof.
Yeah.
Like
it's not that it's just horribly bad. It's that it's so
dark,
weird, and poorly produced in ways I don't even want to describe. Yeah.
Peter Hayes on Twitter is showing pictures of Genlock.
What?
Peter Hayes.
Also, I'm really proud of Rooster Teeth in a lot of ways of championing 3D animation. In a lot of ways, a lot of the anime studios out there haven't really clued in on how to do good 3D yet. And Rooster Teeth just seems to get it. I mean, a lot of that is Monty. Like, let's be real. A lot of it is Monty just kind of teaching them.
I'm opening a new capture just for this, because...
Is this concept art?
This is spicy.
Oh, dude,
this is spicy.
Concept art almost looks like photographs, dude. It is.
Oh my god.
Where's my window capture? Okay, window.
Whoa.
Look at that picture of New York. Can I make this a desktop background?
Yeah. Okay, hold on. Twitter.
It's new New York, you know? Like
yeah,
Doctor Who.
New York. Oh no, does it not? Oh no, my Twitter app is not compatible with this. Dang it. Okay.
Oh, feels bad.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the live stream freaked out.
Yeah. Okay. Someone
it's
had
all
it.
good.
Okay. AC Gears and Arm says, David, who do you guys think has the better superhero cast system, My Hero Academia or Sky High? I don't want to bash My Hero Academia, but Sky High does. You're allowed to use your powers outside of school?
Well, Sky High is so precious in that it exists, you know? Like, we're all made better by the fact that it exists.
Can we appreciate the name War and Peace? Like, that is the name of a character. Like, that is pretty much our Todoroki Bakugo character in Sky High, is War and Peace. Oh man. Dude, this concept art is legit. Oh my gosh. I wish my window capture worked, because I would totally show that.
Hey, David.
Yeah.
Sonny's got to head out.
I just saw.
It's me every week.
It's okay. We did go a half hour longer, and you didn't say anything, so I appreciate that, Sonny. Oh man.
I'm trash.
Yeah, gosh.
It's okay. We can continue a little bit if you, David. I'm
totally okay. Yeah. So, Sonny, if you want to wave goodbye.
It's time for the weekly. Sunny is the horrible, unprofessional person who doesn't know how to schedule things and lives with her parents, so has to eat dinner with them.
Yeah, gosh, I know how that feels. Well, have a nice dinner, Sunny.
Wait, before I leave, actually, I want to say a couple things. First, let's see. We're at like 20 viewers right now. I feel like that's higher than normal, so like that's really awesome. So thanks everyone for like tuning in and like come watch us next week and all the weeks before RTX. Yeah. Hunt SD, leave me alone, okay? And then I can't remember what the other thing was.
I like Brandon Dodge. Saying it's time to say goodbye.
Yeah, basically.
To the things we loved.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Best opening. Best opening,
right,
gosh,
David? That's something we can agree on.
Yeah. I remember we were playing Cards Against Humanity just the other day. We're like, best opening. Done.
Best opening.
Okay. All right, Sunny. Bye.
Okay, bye. I'm gonna stop existing now. Bye, everyone.
All right. Bye. Boo. Oh, gosh. I thought I could have fixed that. Hold on. Oh, man. Hey, everyone. You're getting a nice behind-the-scenes look at what VYTALCast looks like before the show gets set up. Caleb, can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I'm so sorry with how, like, you look on screen right now to the audience. Because there's, like, two of you.
Am I huge or am I small?
You're both. You're huge, but there's like two of you at once, and it's I
have become dual screen, the destroyer of live streams.
Oh gosh, yeah. Trying to fix this, everybody. Okay, so we're going on about Genlock still, right? Yes.
Caleb with the Shadow Clone Jutsu, basically.
Yeah, you're.
Yeah.
God, ninja.
Although I think I did some tests and things, and if I had like some kind of ability, like a Nen ability from Hunter x Hunter, or a quirk or something, it would be some kind of mild aspect of seeing the future, or something to do with an ultimate frisbee.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, I might have fixed it and now just butchered it all at once. Yep, I did. Fantastic. Okay.
Well, hey guys, I will answer your questions while he's figuring that out.
Yeah. I have a question. I have a question. I don't want us to fight about it, but what about Asuka? Did you not like?
What about her did I not like? Well,
yeah, or like why you make fun of people that like her?
It's not that I make fun of people that okay, it's not that I don't like her character. Fun. It's like the kind of people that really love Toga from My Hero Academia.
The
I equate them to be
people.
kind of the same, like, we like the edgy characters. I like the girl that's so passionate that it's like actually, you know, psychotic and crazy. So I'm like, hey, you know, that's cool, but like Asuka's crazy, man.
Is she crazy in the anime? Because I like heard it's the anime she really goes crazy.
Crazy.
Oh man, because in the manga she seems sorta grounded for most of it, but also, let's face it, anyone could break within that series too.
Oh yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Oh man, like
every character in there represents some kind of mental illness.
Yeah, like it's amazing Shiro made it out like sorta okay at the end, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, so AC Gears and Arms is asking another question. Are there any heroes outside of Japan in My Hero Academia in other countries? Well, All Might's from America.
We don't know why All Might chose to be a hero for essentially Japan. Maybe he's
or like why he moved over to Japan.
Yeah, maybe he's kind of an otaku.
Maybe
who knows?
Maybe he learned that the hero system in Japan is actually better than the hero system in America, which
maybe they just didn't think that all the way through, and he's actually a Japanese guy. Like, he's not American. He just comes across as an American because he's a fan of America's superhero culture. So maybe America is going through.
He's an American otaku.
Right. Yeah. And that would kind of
Westaboo.
That would kind of make sense.
Azura just said Westaboo, and I think that's perfect.
Westaboo. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. There was actually a video I watched about My Hero Academia, calling it the anti-shonen, anti-Naruto almost, kind of saying
really.
Cool. To the sense of like Naruto was somewhat symbolically teaching communism and like the relying on each other and everyone like like unionized pretty much. There's like power and friendship. Whereas in My Hero Academia, everyone is more independent and competitive, which is more kind of like America with capitalism and all that. And so I think, and they kind of used All Might as like...
don't tell me they related All Might to the Ubermensch. I'll bet you they did, didn't they?
I don't remember. I don't think they did.
That's something that's a phrase I think a lot of people on the internet like to throw around when it comes to kind of philosophies. There's this guy named Friedrich Nietzsche who had a very specific kind of philosophy around the whole idea of the Ubermensch, basically this grand ultimate aspiration of humanity and being a symbol. And that on some aspect of that, I see where they could draw the connection to that for All Might. Yeah. But
I think All Might was just supposed to symbolize like the ultimate goal for like Americans, like the American way kind of thing.
Sure. Oh god, we're gonna go into the philosophies of MHA. There's a whole massive discussion there.
I could already say I don't know enough to like have an in-depth conversation about that right now. But
as your anime is bringing up Johann Liebert from Monster. Yeah, well, Johann Liebert is a different kind of Ubermensch. It's more of the like, Adolf Hitler's version of Mensch. So. Oof. Yeah. Oof. Not necessarily the same thing there.
Yeah.
Reading into things way too much. I agree. I think those types of videos bring in some kind of political agenda into a show by saying, I figured it out. Why, that's something like that. They have to make a few logical jumps, a few assumptive jumps in logic. I guess.
And there's like some connections and some things that I'm like, you're kind of pulling that out of nowhere. But I don't think it was like, the mangaka is trying to teach people and get people to go one way or the other. I think it was just like hey, we're taking this concept and using it to teach something. Because Naruto is more just like, the power of friendship and like uniting together in that sense. I don't think it's saying like, this is how we should run the government or anything like that, or vice versa with My Hero.
I also didn't really get into Naruto that much, so I can't say...
I've read it from beginning to end. I've watched the anime. I'm like, that totally went over my head as a kid. And if I watched it today, that's still not what I get, even trying to read into it. So, I don't know. I think they're just trying to come up with like a philosophical video for anime and like drag My Hero Academia into it because that's the hot thing right now.
Right. Whatever gets them their clicks, I guess. Yeah. Truth, justice, and the American way of Smash. Oh my god.
Dude, also I saw someone say like, I don't think the American way ends with Smash. And then someone was saying the United States of Smash is not a good move name, and I'm like, I don't know. I thought it was cool. I mean, if you watched my review video, I say why I think it's a good move name, but because for like that moment, it's like All Might given everything. And, like, instead of, like, just Delaware or a state, he does the whole country. And, like, it's symbolic of, like, I'm giving everything and done. I'm like, for a great symbolic moment. And My Hero Academia is not big on combat. It's more big on, like, telling story through combat or, like...
Right. Like, telling stories through conflict between two characters that believe in something or want something. I think that's every story, but My Hero Academia really wants to emphasize dramatically how much this conflict means to the character on one side and the other side. So, it's not really a true battle shonen. Like, the most mechanical combat they've had was Stain versus the kids.
Yeah.
And that was, like, still mechanics light as far as... as far as things go.
There's a good video on it called The Action in My Hero Academia is Dull. And,
you mean Gigix video that came out?
Gigix video, And it's and like at first clicking onto the video, because I'm kind of new to his channel, I'm like, oh no, please don't tell me he's going to bash it. But he actually gives like high praise to how they do the fights
he does.
in it. Yeah. And
okay, like, good. Because my people on the Discord said, don't watch it. There's spoilers to other things in there. I'm like, all right. And generally, Jacob and I don't watch like anything really anime related and stuff
Are
like that.
Are you just entering season 2 of My Hero Academia?
No, I'm all caught up with My Hero, but I'm watching things like Hunter x Hunter.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not finished with that. And apparently Hunter x Hunter shows that's like, you know, it's been around for a while, but it keeps being referenced as one of the best mechanically combat-based shows of all time. So
okay.
I have to be careful when I'm watching.
Hence why like other anime like to draw from that for their combat scenes, or like there's like that comparison with like Yang in a combat scene. I think it's the Yang trailer for Volume 5, was it?
It's actually Yang versus Mercury in Volume 3 when Yang
during the tournament fight.
Beats him down. There's a part where they literally took the animation from a fight between Gon and another character, and it's straight up 1-to-1 exact animation stuff there, just to kind of show like, oh yeah, we took a lot of our inspiration for RWBY from Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah, and there's like, that's not like the first time that's happened in anime. Like Naruto versus Neji, they took straight out of a scene from Cowboy Bebop, actually.
Oh, that makes sense. Cowboy Bebop has some really good choreographed hand-to-hand combat.
It was like a fight between the main character and I think it might be a woman, it might be a man. It's been so long since I saw.
Was it someone on a train?
Yes, they were on a train.
That's from the Cowboy Bebop movie, and there's some insanely good.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think the person on the train had a knife too. Which
I think at one point they did, but it's just one of the best choreographed fights in Cowboy Bebop.
Oh yeah,
and in just anime in general.
It was amazing. So like for a good 20-ish seconds, they like did the exact same thing as the Cowboy Bebop, which was really good. Like props to Cowboy Bebop, and like it. I don't think it's like something people should be pointing at RWBY and be like, look, because it's like this happens in other anime too.
Oh yeah, like, all the time,
time. They're not committing a major crime here, people. So
no,
like some people go to such stretches to like say stuff. I'm like, guys, like, it's right there.
It's a good thing to recognize which came first. I remember when we were going through Hunter x Hunter for the first time. It all blends together in our heads because we're new to this. But Hunter x Hunter as a manga and all that, and even as an anime and stuff, has been out for 20 years. So we once were like, oh, Aura is in this, kind of like RWBY. And because we didn't say, well, RWBY got it from this, people were like, hey. Remember, Hunter x Hunter did it first, and we're like,
as if you couldn't tell, like what was visually in front of you is older in quality. Yeah, and it's, I mean, there's like a lot of shows with like Aura involved to an extent. Like,
that's how influential in a lot of ways Hunter. Like check the dates. A lot of them are after Hunter x Hunter. Like Naruto's apparently whole system is a lot of it based off of Hunter
Naruto straight off the bat. I mean, they call it chakra instead of aura, but essentially works in the same way. And I would say the same as like spirit energy from Bleach. Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yu Yu Hakusho is made by the same person as Hunter x Hunter.
Oh,
that's how you know
the art style. So, because
I
was gonna say,
someone was asking if we've seen Sword of the Stranger. Have you seen it?
No.
Oh, you have to. Okay. It has one of the best sword fights in all of anime. Like,
oh man,
it's a movie. So it's not a big investment. Or
I'm like hour and a half done.
Great. Very simple, good
animation,
kind of focused story.
Okay.
But it's really just do you want to see some guys that are really good with some swords?
Yes.
Be really awesome in like feudal time Japan with swords? Oh yeah.
Yeah, that sounds great.
It's good.
Because I love sword fighting. Like that's like what drew me into Bleach. I was like sword fight. Like and RWBY too, like just
Totally. The weapons and the choreography stuff.
Oh, AC Gears and Arms just made a comment that I wanted to mention while Sunny was still here. But what do you think about like RWBY possibly getting a movie? Because like My Hero Academia just had their movie come out.
I don't think they'll do it. I think in a lot of ways, I don't think RWBY needs to do it because how do I say this? I think if they were making a movie, they would have had to start working on it already. Because it's going to take them like 3 years or so to make a movie, I would say.
I'm not saying,
RWBY.
like, should they do it, but, like, would you be open to the idea of RWBY in a movie? Okay.
Oh, yeah, totally. I just think we're looking at, let's say RWBY goes for 10 volumes, right?
Yeah.
Or 9 volumes, as someone put in the comments just now.
Yeah.
It would be a huge investment. It would be a big thing to do as kind of like a post-Salem conflict kind of thing, just to put an extra bow on it. I don't want to draw the connection to a show that was canceled, but I feel like it would be fun to have a Firefly treatment to RWBY.
Yes.
Where you would have Serenity, which is this passion project by the creator that gets kickstarted. Yeah. Good man. But the thing is that movie signified in a lot of ways the end of all stories coming out of those characters from that point onward.
Yeah.
So RWBY movie feels like them kind of either giving up or having a last hurrah. Yeah. And I don't think Rooster Teeth is anywhere near that time yet.
Oh yeah.
So
no. And like stuff for like most anime and like My Hero Academia, for example, I think the animation gets done by a different company or like a different team for the movie. Mm-hmm. And that way it doesn't get in the way of doing the show, and it's really just like the voice actors and the writers. But also like Studio, kill me if I'm wrong, but is it Studio Bones that does My Hero Academia? They have a why do I want to say that's why do I want to say Studio Bones is Attack on Titan?
Yeah, it is Bones. Okay. But that's the thing, is that it's a different team within Bones. So Bones has their big team. Like their big team. And I think that one is the one that was working on My Hero Academia. But they can have smaller teams or not as big teams work on stuff. Whereas Rooster Teeth is like, we have 3D, 2D, and others.
A live action.
Yeah, live action and stuff. Yeah. But they're not that big yet, so
they're not the size, but like it'd be cool to see something done at some point. Maybe they did like a laser team type thing, like, hey, we're gonna do
Kickstarter a RWBY movie and say like, hey, it's gonna come out in a year, but we're gonna start funding for it now.
Yeah, they'll get a bunch of freelance people to come in. Yeah.
Yep. I'd see that being one of the coolest things they could do as the show is wrapping up. As basically like a final thank you to the fans. And they could do a whole bunch of like kind of fun rewards that would be like things that, you know, the fans have always wanted, and
I would love
integrate like fan characters even in it. Like,
oh,
you know.
Man.
No, like I'm serious. At like a stupidly high, you know, reward level, but like, you know, it's like, okay, you're gonna help come in and design, like, it's kind of like Velvet's character, you know?
Yeah. Oh yeah, like how they do the competition for her outfit and stuff.
For her outfit.
Yeah. Oh man, like just thinking about like Team Indigo again, I was like, dude, I would if that was like a perk, I would do a Kickstarter for the Kickstarter. Like, hey guys, help me raise enough money to donate to
donate to me so that I can donate to them.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah.
It's like, I want my own OCs. Like, heck, just insert me. Like, just put me in front of a green screen. Have me far off in the background so I don't stand out too much, but I'm in the movie. Like. I don't know.
That would be hilarious. That would be so much fun.
Yeah, maybe it's just like a RWBY blooper I'd put in at the end.
Yeah.
I don't know, but oh gosh, I would seriously want to do that. But I'm like, guys, I don't have the cash to do it. Help me out.
Do you have a Patreon?
I used to.
Oh right, we've talked about this. Yeah,
just a bit. Yeah, so like, I loved the people that donated to it. Eventually it just became person, which I hold very dear, and I haven't seen them in a while, which I hope they're doing okay. But yeah, I was trying to do like, I was like, okay, maybe RWBY Chibi, I'll hold off for like my patrons to like join in with me and like we'll be talking through Discord or something, and we'll like watch it at the same time, and I'll release that as a reaction video. And it kind of was like a double-edged sword, because I put it at like a low tier. It was like $2. You know, it's like, hey, $2, you get to be in a video with me, and I credit you and stuff. So only like one person did that tier. There were like 2 people that qualified for it, but then one person like lowered it so they didn't have to be in it. They're like, oh, I don't want to be in it. I think that might have been AC Gears and Arms actually that lowered it, which, hey, thanks for being Patreon when it was open.
Right.
But then like when the videos came out, like no one watched. And I think part of that was because of how long it took for the videos to come out, and then like people just wanted to see me by myself and not have me be like trying to have a conversation with someone that's on Discord and like someone they couldn't see. So it's like, oh, okay. Whereas my first RWBY Chibi reaction video was actually with me with someone that used to be my friend Natalie, and that's like one of the most viewed videos on my channel, was me and her watching the first episode. So group reactions I think do amazingly well. It's just I think you both have to be on screen for it.
True, definitely. Well, hey, if you're ever, I think we've talked about this already, but if you're ever thinking about relaunching it, I'll totally help you.
Yeah, I think after RTX, I will definitely be a lot more open to working on that. But right now, I'm just like RTX focused and like cosplay focused. I think
RTX, man. RTX. So this is my first one. I've never been to one before.
And Jacob you got your panel for
so
it.
Hyped. Yeah. Yeah. Hey guys, like you didn't know, David and I and others, Jacob,
Lorelei Lee,
Sunny, Lorelei Lee, and Brianna from Fandom Reactions, we're all going to be on a panel at RTX. So, like, those of you that are coming to RTX, like, not only should you come and say hi to us and, like, interact, but, like, come to our panel. You get to ask us questions and stuff. You get to chat.
And there's going to be Murder of Birds in the audience.
Oh, yeah, there's going to be tons of people in the audience. It's going to be all of us. It's going to be the community. This is the...
it's a great way to meet us in person. Like, because after the panel, we're definitely going to be doing, like, group pictures and all of that.
Oh, yeah. And, all that good stuff.
And, like, I bumped into Arnold before his Reactors panel in 2016. Mm-hmm. So, like, in 2016, they had the first Reactors panel, which was kind of a community panel, but it was organized by Rooster Teeth itself. Like Rooster Teeth reached out to Arnold, they reached out to Allie, they reached out to the other people that Kate and Megan, I think are their names, and they're like, hey, come be a Reactors panel for us. And so VYTALCast roughly will be that, but VYTALCast. And but like
I don't think they're having a Reactors panel this.
No, they're not. So like Arnold was like, nope, we didn't want to do it. Like they were given the option to do it again, but they kind of just turned it down. And
gotcha.
But the main point of what I was trying to say was like we had a huge group reaction picture. Like there was me,
sweet,
Amber, freelancer Amber was in it. We had Jack One Man Band. We had a huge group of people that do RWBY videos in a picture. So like
that's sweet.
Yeah,
I can't wait to be there for that. That's gonna be so awesome. So yeah, basically this is the replacement for the Reactors panel because all the awesome all the RWBY reactors and stuff.
Yeah, we'll still like try to talk about RWBY news. Like if we had the RWBY panel before our panel, we'll talk about what we're allowed to talk about there. Like I don't want to talk about like stuff they turn off the stream for, like the trailer. We could say non-verbal things about the trailer. We'll just be like, trailer. Okay, moving on. So
we can do like a freeze frame reenactment of what our best reaction was during it. So
Sabi reapplying cosplay makeup. Yeah.
The Vital Reactors panel, haha. As your anime, we want vlogs, Caleb. Yeah, who knows? I have to get a camera for that.
I'll be doing vlogs. You know, smartphones are so good of cameras these days. Like
they are, but they have batteries that die really easily.
External batteries are life, my friend.
They are, but then you have to carry like 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're just like, yeah, that's how it works. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, okay.
I'm like,
I'll get one.
I'm like, you
this
gotta make it work somehow. Like, I'm gonna be buying some SD cards, micro SD cards for mine. I might dig out
for storage. Yeah.
Yeah, for storage.
I didn't even think about that. If the videos are,
yeah,
there's a lot of them. It's a lot of gigs that get used up really quickly.
I usually try to stick it to like 2-minute clips if possible, so that way I'm not eating up too much battery in one go and not too much memory in one go. And,
sure.
And I bring my laptop, and I usually just import, like, at the end of the day, I import and delete off my phone so I have more room. That was back when I had an iPhone, but, like, I need to film more this year, because last year I did, like, 0 film. My friend Shane, he likes to laugh and point out that my RTX 2017 vlog, like, over half of it is in my room saying goodbye to my stuff, and it's like flashes of RTX and I'm back home. like I did not film at all when I was there. Part of it is a balance of enjoying the moment and capturing the moment.
Mm-hmm.
So
I feel like I would be taking a bunch of 12-second videos and then just stringing them all together at some point when I get home.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of what my 2016 RTX vlog was, because it was like, this is me meeting Arnold and I being buddy, me meeting so-and-so, and like stuff like that. Cool. So, there'll be great moments. Oh, and there's also like me yelling at the RWBY panel, like, yay, and like a little bit of the Q&A. Let's see, sorry, Huntus D posted something about Dakota Fanning. I was like, Dakota Fanning?
They're showing off cool designs for some of the characters on Twitter.
Because I was like, they were posting the character names. I'm like, oh, I saw that on Variety already.
Yep. But they've got one of the new characters. Hold on, what's her name? Miranda Worth is who Dakota Fanning is playing.
Mm-hmm.
We have Kazuida, played by Koichi Yamadera.
Wait, they're saying Ida is in Genlock? I'm guessing Koichi plays Ida.
Yeah, his name is Kazuida.
Yeah, Kazuida. Okay.
Yeah, the concept art is crazy.
Yeah, oh dude, like some of it looks like photographs from what I was looking at on Twitter.
I want to know which ones end up going on to Dishwasher's Twitter.
I'm going to do that right now because I love their art. Someone's asking who's next. Thanos?
Oh, wait. Let's make dumb predictions about who the antagonist is going to be in Genlock. So, if we go for your idea with the NGE route, it's going to be aliens, guys. Like, we're going to see some weird freaking aliens. Like, it's going to be, like, you know...
Yeah.
What is that? Like Third Impact, you know, kind of.
like, from, like, Evangelion.
Yeah, like this
some kind
of cataclysmic event.
Well, I think they're going Pacific Rim. They're coming from below.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Okay,
or they're using giant mechs to, like, enforce parking tickets.
That would make the protagonist really lose all hope being the hero and stuff like that. So it's pretty good antagonistic
like, I'm
force.
using this awesome technology to give out parking tickets just to scare people.
Or what about having some kind of, you know, corrupt government kind of thing? That's always a things whenever they do some kind of mecha show, because politics have to be involved when you do a mecha show.
Yeah, and also that'll tie in with the Project Freelancer saga as well.
Ah, true. We need some kind of corrupt chairman that's actually a really just miserable man,
like,
you know?
doing illegal things like, hey, you're not supposed to have more than one AI, sir. What are you doing?
We could go the technology route where they're developing some like crazy mech that integrates fully with the human, and that's where they're getting the freelancer bit. So it's like they're implanting the control of the mech with an brain. AI like partner. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's way too freelancer.
Yeah.
Like,
way too freelancer. And I was gonna say the creators, like, my wife was lost in one of these. Like, that would be both Evangelion and Darlene in the Franxx.
By who voices Chairman? Because I know who voices Church, but I don't think it's Bernie Burns.
The chairman or the director?
The director, sorry.
Okay.
The former director of Project Freelance, Dr. Leonard Church. You know.
Yeah.
Whoops! Spoiler alert. Sorry. You haven't seen Red versus Blue.
Sean Marshall Reed.
Okay. Yeah. So it's not Bernie. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did they announce Monica Rial as the current? Yes, I believe they did. Yes.
Monica who?
Monica Rial. She played Ilya, I believe, in RWBY.
I love her.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. She's fantastic.
Yeah. No.
If I'm correct, let me.
No, I believe you're right because the voice actress who plays Ilya's name is Monica.
Yeah, it's the same.
Yeah,
same
okay. Because I was like, that is my queen. That is my Makoto. Like, I've just been recently, over the last couple months, like, becoming a big fan of her. And just, like, accidentally...
Jeremy Lee. Thank you. I keep getting things wrong. She played Sienna Khan.
Oh, Monica voiced... Oh, okay, Sienna Khan. Oh, man.
Oops.
I
See,
mean, hey,
I'm good at the story.
I'm
good at the story trivia on RWBY, not the behind the scenes trivia. Khan!
Yeah, that's what, like, Adam was thinking as he stabbed her, and, like... Hazel in his head was like, Khan, no! Like,
and then if it's Hazel, it's more like Khan, you know?
Yeah, Khan.
I
don't know. I mean, he screamed Ozpin. Like, I'd imagine it'd be like...
Ozpin, yeah!
Ozpin! Yeah.
That reminds me of Murderverse's little dumb meme video. It's like, would you like some Ozpin? And it's like, yes, sir, with or without Oscar. And it's like, Ozpin! And it's the SpongeBob guy just freaking out, Ozpin! You know?
Oh my gosh.
Chases him away.
Or
so funny.
What is that other anime? Is like Suejo Life? No, you know, the anime you were talking to me about and you showed me...
JoJo's?
Is that the one with, like, the schoolgirls, and they, like, go crazy on animation and making stuff over dramatic?
Oh, no. That's Nichijou.
Yeah, Nichijou. Yes.
Nichijou, yeah.
Yeah, and, like, do the coffee scene from that. Like, oh, would you like it this way or this way? Or, like, spin! They're like, there's a little Oscar with it. And they're like, no! You know?
Nichijou's hilarious. Oh, my gosh.
Man. Yeah, I did check out Melancholy of...
Haruhi Suzumiya?
Yeah. I'm like 6 episodes in.
Oh.
Like where they did like the big thing in the classroom. And
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
Oh, yep. That's cool. I don't want to spoil it.
That's cool, right?
Who hasn't
so you're talking about the one where they manipulate
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Where someone leaves a note in his locker saying, "Hey." Yep. Oh.
Yep.
Oh, yep. that was like unexpected levels of like, so that's where this is going. Like,
so once you've finished Haruhi, and you should finish it, there is a section of the show that is it's notorious around the internet for something that you probably don't have to watch. If you start seeing the episodes repeating themselves, you'll know what I'm talking about. But the movie of Haruhi, The Disappearance of Haruhi, is very, very good.
Very good.
Watch that after you've watched the show.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah.
As your anime knows what we're talking about. The peak of anime.
The peak of anime. Yeah. No, seriously. I really wanted to check that out after you showed me the shipping video.
Yep.
And oh man.
Yeah, guys. If those of you in the chat are still here, we're talking about this meme video. It's hilarious. It's called "Ship Happens."
Yeah. Here, I'm gonna pull it up on YouTube, like not play the video, but just so people know what the thumbnail looks like. Ships happen, right?
I think it's "Ship Happens," but let me double check.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Why is there?
There's 2 of them.
Yeah,
because one was re-uploaded and stolen by Best AMV time because that's what they do.
Yeah. Okay. Where is my... Oh, there's my...
Oh, see ya, Hunt SD. Have a good one.
Okay, see ya. Ace of Gears and Arm says, what about Crispin Freeman as a villain role? Should Rooster Teeth hire him?
Yeah, because Crispin Freeman does the dub for the main guy character in Haruhi.
Oh, okay.
The boy, Kion.
Sadly, I've been watching it in Japanese, so I have not heard that voice.
Oh, no worries. The dub is pretty good for...
Yeah. I've been finding some
well.
good dubs lately. Which
There's a lot of good ones that have been coming out recently.
yeah, like I like a good dub so I could fold the laundry while watching anime.
Oh, right. And Crispin Freeman is also Kire Kotomine from the Fate series.
Oh,
he's got this super deep.
Yeah.
I'm not a villain voice, you know.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Okay, so yeah, guys, this is the video you want to watch. It's really cool. You should watch it. The editing alone is just amazeballs, and my mind.
But like, if you at all have been involved with the shipping community, like this is it's beautiful.
Yeah. Oh
beautiful.
Man, it's amazing, and I'm going to a convention tomorrow, and like with my cosplay friends. Are? Yeah, and for
What's
like My Hero. What? Oh, it's
what's the convention?
Salt Lake Gaming Con. I think it's the second year they're doing it.
Oh, cool.
But they managed to snag the entire or most of the voice acting cast for Breath of the Wild. And so like
that's fun.
Zelda and all the champions. And you know, I got the collector's edition of the game right here for the Switch. And so I'm gonna take it came with a travel case of the Sheikah Slate for the Switch. I'm gonna get that signed by them. But it has the voice actress of Winter is one of them. Elizabeth Maxwell. So I'm really excited to see her. There's Joe Hernandez I met a few other weeks ago at a different convention. So I'll be meeting him again. And he's pretty much Daruk, but as a human instead of a Goron. And he's awesome. So
nice.
Yeah. Oh. But yeah, the cosplay friends I go with, we do crazy ship pictures for jokes sometimes.
Of course.
Like we had a big My Hero Academia group, and I'm like the Todoroki in the group. So we had like Totodeku, we haven't had Momo Todoroki yet, but one of our our Kirishima is also a Momo. They just can't be both on the same day. So like they're like, oh yeah, we could do it sometime. But like we just do like for the lulz, like, hey, here's a picture of Todoroki dipping Deku just for the heck of it. So
gotcha.
For all those ship people. And we also have like Deku X Bakugo and all that. But, yeah. Let's see. AC Gears and Arms says Elizabeth Maxwell made voice actor history as one of the first English Zelda voice actors in the game. I agree with that, but also Elizabeth Maxwell, Joe Hernandez was just fangirling over her at the convention I was at, because for video game communities, it's like a big thing if one of your games get nominated for Game of the Year, and Elizabeth Maxwell had like 3 games nominated for Game of the Year last year. She had Breath of the Wild, Nier Automata, and Persona 5.
Wow.
So, and those were like the
Feels
3.
Pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, those were like the 3 everyone was like, it's any of those 3 that's going to win. And it ended up being Breath of the Wild, which I love Breath of the Wild, but I was kind of hoping for Persona 5. But
a lot of people were, from what I remember.
Yeah.
I've so left the gaming community.
Oh man.
I don't know anything that's going on except which is like second or third hand information. So
yeah, and that's kind of how I was with anime for a while. Like RWBY and like a few other anime or like shows I kept up with. But then Persona 5 being like an anime game just blew up all my emotions and feelings of anime I've loved in the past, that I started diving back into like anime. That's how I got into Evangelion, My Hero Academia, like Ancient Magus Bride, like all the good stuff.
Cool.
Okay, so AZ Gears and Arms is asking, are you guys ever curious what the characters look like as a pure human without quirks or genetic mutations? Yes.
Meaning, like if we had
like Tokoyami
Sue without her frog characteristic.
Yeah, and like Tokoyami without his bird face.
Well, Tokoyami, I still want to see his family situation at some point.
Dude.
I feel like Horikoshi scared because he's like, are they all gonna be birds?
Yeah.
Do I have to explain this? This is gonna be crazy.
Oh,
so
man.
I have no idea what they're gonna look like,
Speaking
but
of-
I am curious specifically.
Yeah,
Tokoyami,
so like my crush actually did a human version of Tokoyami for their cosplay once, and I was like, how?
Okay.
why do you look like a dude? Like, I don't know. She's very feminine when she's not in cosplay, but she's more masculine than I am when she is in cosplay. I'm like, can you not? Like, I want to be man. Yeah. Oh, dude. No, seriously. Gosh. Check out Sakumi on Instagram. Like, she's amazing.
Awesome.
So,
Invisible Girl.
Invisible Girl. Dude.
So the joke of it is, what happens when Aizawa erases Invisible Girl's quirk?
Yeah.
That's the dumb meme of the whole thing, but it's still funny to think about. Like, wait a minute.
Yeah, because there have been times where he froze like pretty much the entire class's quirks.
Mm-hmm.
So you think that would have?
She's immune to it then.
Yeah.
But what happens if he could? If he could, would she just cease to exist? Would she become visible? Like, what would happen?
I would like to say she becomes visible. I would hate to be like, oh yeah, she disappears from existing. Like, clothes fall to the ground. Like, oh no, is she streaking? What's going on?
See, the joke of it is that the Invisible Girl is actually a projection of a being that is a spirit and has a quirk that projects a being into physical reality. The Invisible Girl isn't even real.
Oh my gosh. Like, what if they could just project whatever they want and it's like really some old guy just being like, I want to be a
oh no That's his weakness of his quirk, is that he can't actually manifest visibly this person. He just manifests a silhouette and it's like, oh, this got weird. Okay.
I don't know. Sorry.
Or if Mina Ashido, if she wasn't pink.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting because her family probably doesn't all look like that.
Yeah.
Like, they probably have variations. It would be cool to see if like they had different colors. Yeah. Or say they had different horns or different
what if she's just a freak
different
baby?
Eyes and stuff.
Like, her parents are totally normal looking and like they just had a pink baby with horns.
Yeah, so then like the marriage has never been the same ever since, because they're like
is there the question? Yeah, I think
I want to do a DNA test.
Yeah, there's like that, but also like, like some quirks are sort of random, like they are passed gene like from parent to kid, but like some quirks you would think would kind of be a little random for parents as well, right?
Yeah, I think on some level though, if you take it as being it's passed down by genetics, it doesn't have to be something though that's like, directly in the parents' quirks. It could be something that some random uncle has.
Yeah.
It could be something that the grandparents have because maybe this gene skips a generation.
Yeah, or some weird combination. Like,
yeah, I feel like when they did
Todoroki.
Yeah, when they did Todoroki, they were trying to show it as simple as possible. And then what they did recently with Bakugo's folks, I had some people in my Discord share with me what their quirks are to show how Bakugo's came about. And I don't know if you want to know that information, because it's not really a spoiler, but it is like information that the anime didn't tell you. So
okay, is it information that comes in the manga in the future, or like?
I don't think so. They showed me basically that the My Hero Academia manga has these panels that are dedicated specifically just to doing world building stuff. Of
wait, no, I know what you're talking about. Yes, I've read that. Yeah, I can't remember their perks, but I have read it.
Yeah, and basically the parents of Bakugo are the perfect combination to where Bakugo's quirks are literally just the two of theirs together. And it's really strong, so it can make pretty powerful explosions.
That's cool.
Brandon Dodge, revelry in the dark.
Yeah.
He said it again.
Who did? Oh, yeah, Brandon Dodge.
As your anime. I was questioning how uncomfortable giving birth to some of the mutation quirked babies would be. Yeah. Poor whoever gave birth to Kirishima.
Oof. That's a hard
baby. I mean, maybe the quirks don't manifest before age 4, so it's actually fine. But then you have Tsuyu, and it's like, wait, was she?
But her parents were like literal frogs.
Oh, they are?
Oh, like, have you not seen pictures of her parents? Like,
I don't know if I should. Let's like, not go into that.
Okay, yeah, don't look them up. But like, her dad is like legit just a frog. Like,
okay, well, yeah, let's end that conversation.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I prefer
okay.
heroes
AC
without
Gears and Arms.
superpowers by principle. Cool. So AC Gears and Arms is a Batman fan.
Yeah.
Confirmed.
Yeah.
Money is a superpower, though. Just saying.
It is. Like,
it's
Elon
pretty
Musk.
OP.
Elon Musk is like the closest to a real Batman. I feel like we have.
Iron Man.
Yeah.
Who else?
Fantastic Four to an extent.
Black Panther is kind of a money superpower.
I mean, if he wasn't a prince, he would have never gotten the powers. You know.
Nope.
Or all the
training and all the
like the
genius
medal.
level education and stuff.
Yeah, and Fantastic Four, if it wasn't for like Dr. Reed being like a rich scientist guy, they would have never gone to space and like had all that happen, and all the cool gadgets.
AC Gears and Arms maybe Connor Bob is saying
Elon
Elon Musk is basically every rich superhero. So the thing is, Elon Musk also has every once in a while he'll say things that are like, wait, maybe he's a super villain.
Yeah, like like when he came out with the board flamethrower, and like there's a video of him running right at his intern holding the camera filming, and his intern just screams and drops the phone. I'm like, dude, what was that? Like.
or like how excited he got about he's gonna put satellites all over the world and just give everyone free Wi-Fi.
Oh, dude.
And we're like, I think I've seen that movie.
Shit.
Wasn't that called Kingsman?
Oh my gosh! Yeah, you're
like,
right.
I don't know.
Kingsman.
What are you talking about? Like,
yeah. Although I got a new theory for Genlock. Elon Musk is the villain, and it's not because he has some sort of evil agenda. He's just bored. You know, he's just like, I have nothing else to do, and I'm super rich, so why not? Like,
all right, but let's actually make let's go on the record here. Do you think Genlock is going to go into the NGE stuff, like the weird, the fantastical, the extraterrestrial, the that kind of stuff?
I'm gonna say no.
Okay, I want to be weird and say yes.
Yeah, I wanted to be weird, but I don't think it's going to go weird in that direction.
Okay, if Genlock is successful and gets more than one season, I really do think that if they don't tackle AI, because of the freelancer inspiration, and AI is such a broad topic to bring up there, I think it will really go weird. I think it will... Well, see, Inspector Who's saying I think it's going to say sci-fi. Sci-fi can include aliens.
Yeah,
and aliens can bring in weird. So
yeah, dude, have you not seen X-Files or Doctor Who? Wait, Inspector Who, you've seen Doctor Who? It's in your username. We've talked about this.
Yeah, we're just making dumb theories here, and I'm kind of just saying this because I want to be the one that. I'm betting on the really low chance thing just in case it does happen, and everyone's like, "What?"
Oh, dude, I would be pleasantly surprised. Like, I would be like, too. Yes. It wasn't what I thought they would do, but yes. I would think they'd go more the sort of grounded to reality, but it's mechas, so it's not. But
sure. So like, if they go a more human route, like a very
flawed.
Flawed human antagonist. That would be cool. I'm ready to be surprised by.
Maybe they go the middle road, and it's a flawed human antagonist creating extraterrestrial-like beings. Or something.
Before the mechs are living organisms. And...
We're just straight up copying Evangelion now.
hey, I mean, it's been done before outside of Evangelion.
True. I mean, technically, Darling in the Franxx sort of does it, but Darling in the Franxx asks the brave question of, what if Evangelion sucked? So... that was a tweet I saw, not my direct quote. I like Darling in the Franxx, but
it should go full Psycho-Pass. Okay, as your anime, now you're.
Ooh, okay. I need to watch.
Throw out everything I just said. Psycho-Pass. This is a show, David, that's like good anime sci-fi.
Yes, I almost checked it out last year, but then Aaron was like, "No, I hate it. Don't watch it. And I was like, okay. And
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
trusted her, but
Yeah,
I do
it's
want to
good.
watch it.
It's very dark. Very
Yeah,
dark.
I'm okay with dark.
So if we had the antagonist like in Psycho-Pass, the bad guy in Psycho-Pass, at least the first season, is fantastic.
Oof.
So good.
I'm ready.
Yeah. What did they say the inspirations were for this show, Genlock?
For Genlock, he said
They had a couple.
Oh, come on. I exited out of Variety? What am I, stupid?
I just see diverse range of inspirations.
There was like a specific I saw.
Yeah, hold on. Let me control.
Yeah,
this.
History. Let's see. I did see it's near the end of the article where he's talking. He says,
yeah, I think he's saying they're not really going any specific direction with regards to inspiration. They're just drawing from a whole bunch of things,
yeah,
bits of ways here and there. But it's his own baby, so I'm guessing that, you know, he wants to make his own specific stamp in the world. It's really interesting how mecha does need a little bit of revitalizing as a genre. Like, we don't get good mecha anymore. Dude, really.
Gundam just got like a live action confirmation for a movie.
Okay.
I
Interesting.
didn't read too much into it. It might be like the original series condensed as a movie live action. I just saw, I mean, they used the picture of the Gundam from Ready Player One, which is the original Gundam, right?
I'm not
it's the big
aware.
Blue, red, white, and yellow one.
Okay, well, there's stuff that came after that, but that's one of the biggest ones, I think, that moved things from the east to the west.
Yeah.
Because there was weird other stuff prior to that. But that's one of the first big popular ones, yes, for us here in the United States.
Yeah. Also, The Chosen One, I think they already left, but I want to say goodbye to them because they were saying goodbye.
See ya.
Yeah.
Glad to have you here.
Yeah. Code Geass. Azura Anime just brought that one up, and I know you.
That was one of the last really big popular
mechas.
Mechas, and the thing is, Code Geass blended in a whole lot of other stuff to where the mecha parts weren't even. It wasn't even really
it wasn't even like
focus.
The main point. Yeah.
No, it wasn't really at all. It was just kind of a thing that they had.
It was great to see it when it was there, but yeah, it definitely wasn't the main draw for me. It was like, I want to see how twisted this character can get, or like if his ambitions swallow him up. And
right.
Like, just,
it was more of a political thriller, Death Note style of story.
Yeah, and there's also like the mythological mixed in with it with the Geass. So
true, which is getting a season 3.
Oh, dude, I mean, there's a pretty solid theory on like how and why it might be getting a season 3.
We already know why.
Money.
I'm so triggered. Like,
yeah,
Code Geass is at a perfect ending anyway. Someone's saying that's right. Gurren Lagann is 10 years old now.
Really?
Whoa. Yeah, that's true. And then the Voltron series on Netflix is an example of recent kind of mecha.
Yeah,
there. That's a good point. That's a really good series from what I remember. I think I watched like the first season only of the Netflix one.
Okay, yeah, dude.
It's the same people that did the animation for. It's really good animation.
Yes, and I have to say that series is like one of my favorite Netflix series. Like,
wait, Voltron?
Voltron, yeah.
Oh, you're current with it. You're watching it all.
I'm not current, sadly.
Oh, okay.
I'm season 5. I think
there's 5 seasons already.
Oh, dude,
I'm so behind.
Season 6 just came out like a week or two ago.
What?
Like, dude, they're shoving.
Oh, right.
Out.
That's right. They're doing really small.
They
chunks of
shortened
episodes.
Like season 3 was so short that I didn't realize season 3 had ended till I was halfway through season 4. Like, I was just watching and I was like, man, like, when are they gonna like hit the conclusion of this season? And I look, it's like season 4, episode 3. I'm like, oh, wait.
Oh, oops.
I'm like, I guess I guess that did happen.
I guess we're here. Let's keep going. That's kind of like how Sherlock was. 3 episodes a season.
Yeah.
And you'd get basically that, and you're like, oh, that's it. But then you'd have your friends that went and binged it to catch up to like season 3, and they're like, I watched all 9 episodes. Is there any more? You're like, welcome to the party. We're all in hiatus land.
Yeah, and then season 4. But at least with like Sherlock, you could tell which episodes are a season premiere and a season finale. Whereas I feel like with Voltron, I just watched it and I was like, wait, I did not tell the finale was a finale at all. Like, I guess they had a finale episode, and I'm like, oh, I could see that being it, but totally went over my head.
Right. I do have to leave
about
now, but this is a lot of fun and really good chatting with you guys and stuff. But
oh man, the panel and RTX is going to be a blast.
It's going to be so good. It's going to be so fun. Pumped. Yeah, guys, please come hang out with us at RTX, our panel there. We'll have more news for you as we get.
Yeah, especially once the schedule releases.
Exactly.
And also, are you going to be seeing the Q&A on Monday?
The private Q&A?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know if we're supposed to talk about that. But yeah. Yes, I will be there at the Q&A.
Yeah, I'm not giving information on what it is exactly, but yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so, all right, yeah, I'm sure after that and the schedule release, we'll be golden. So,
yeah, I'm trying to tell as many people as I can that, like, hey guys, like, get to see each other there.
Yeah.
Like,
oh man, Azura is saying I can finally go to bed. Oh yeah, you're in Germany. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Go to sleep, person. Oh man.
Yeah. Have a good night, everyone. Y'all are awesome. Thanks, David, for having me on. This is a lot of fun.
Okay. Bye-bye, guys.
Bye.
Next time.